Hi, welcome to the podcast. I am Joe Posnanski, and with me is Michael Shore. Michael, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
You are so welcome. It is time, once again, for the holiday draft. How
Yep.
about that? How excited are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah, what a 10.
5.5.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's high. That's higher than most years.
Higher than average, like higher than average excitement.
Usually it's right at 5. You're usually exactly
I'm usually at like a
halfway.
very neutral 5. I will say that we have a couple missing components this year.
Yes, and in fact, I'm going to we're going to start this thing off by talking about the fact that even though we have a wonderful group of 10, there are 3 people this year missing. How about this? All right, so Brandon McCarthy, who is always the true what would you say, the true
He's
jester.
the author of some of the worst choices that have ever been made.
Yes, and we all look forward to that. He couldn't make it this year, and not only could he not make it this year, he had the lamest excuse. Like, it was sort of like, do you even know? It was sort of like, I might have something to do with my daughter, but
No,
I might not. Or
I'll say that like it's an excuse that very much I would say like falls into the realm of like the forgivable, I would say, because it involves his daughter's athletic career.
Absolutely, but it was also kind of like vague, like he didn't know that it was going to.
I believe his daughter's playing in a soccer tournament, and it was unclear when
when she would play,
when she was going to play, and so out of an abundance of caution, he said,
which is fair, totally fair,
totally fair.
But then he wouldn't completely pull himself out. He was like, I might be able to make it. And anyway, he's not here. Alan Sepinwall is not here, which is that's got to be the biggest bump. Linda, can you give us a boo for Alan?
I think she's muted.
I think
I'll do it. Boo. Alan, television critic extraordinaire, Alan Sepinwall.
Yes.
Not the author of some of the worst choices in the Brandon McCarthy sense, but some of the most frustrating and annoying choices.
Yes.
Famously, when we were drafting holiday movies, he chose Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. No, he was holiday characters.
Holiday characters, right?
And he chose
Phil from Groundhog Day.
Phil from Groundhog Day.
And it was like a real spirit of the law, letter of the law situation where he like got away with a technicality. But no one liked it. No one had a good time.
Nobody liked it. Nobody thought it was good. Everybody hated him. And the commissioner came down on him, as I recall.
Yeah, Goodell came down on him pretty hard.
Came on him hard.
So, but also a sad absentee because those two people in particular were two of the people who really like drove me to drink during one holiday draft.
Maybe that's why it's a 5.5 this year. Maybe that's what's pulling you.
I think there's some like, look, if Sherlock found out that Moriarty were in prison,
right?
Like they would be like, okay, good, thank God. But also, there's a little frisson of excitement is lost.
It's a little you want the ultra villain around. And then there's one other person who's missing, but he did send a message, so I will play the message. Hopefully, you will all be able to hear it.
Okay.
Hello there. Sorry to interrupt the proceedings and the gaiety, but I just wanted to send a message to you, Joe, and Michael, and Linda, Jason, Ryan, Alexis, Ellen, Mike, Molly, maybe Brandon, Megan, and Howard. And of course, Kathleen and Sarah producing. I just wanted to tender my sincere sorrow to be missing the proceedings this year. I really hate to miss this draft, and not just because I usually destroy the competition. I am camping in the woods with my bride and a tiny mystical poodle. And by camping, I mean cooking a large pot of pork chile verde, slow cooking all day long in a luxurious travel trailer known as an Airstream. I hope that you have a great time across these several hours of drafting, and my first pick would have been Alan Sepinwall. I feel safe that no one else would have had him on their list. And my second pick would have been plant-based meats. Happy holidays to everybody, and I miss you terribly.
Oh, so I guess we should say, to complete the joke, that this year's holiday draft topic are holiday villains. That is the holiday draft topic, and yeah, it's not the same without
Right.
Nick.
It's not the same without Nick, but that was a good.
That was great.
It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Just to be clear, the draft topic is holiday villains. Number one would have been Sepinwall, and number
one pick would have been Sepinwall.
Number two would have been like beyond sausage, I guess.
Plant-based meats. I played this for my wife Margot before we started, and she immediately said, "He is just Ron Swanson, isn't he? He just is Ron Swanson."
There's a lot of overlap, yeah, for sure. But we have a lot of drafting to do, so we should get started because
we got to go. And I'm very proud to say that in years past, as people might know who have listened to this, Mike has finished as drafted last in every one of these.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that. It was a terrible run of bad odds. So this year, with the help of Mike Shore, we got Quant 6, the company that Mike is involved with, to actually set up the draft order this year. So we know it's absolutely pure.
Hello?
It's absolutely pure.
Oh, there's Linda. Hello. Did you say
yes,
hello?
Yes. Did you hear me?
We just heard
hear
that.
You now.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Yeah, the Quant 6 is a privately held data analytics company that I've been associated with. They do weekly NFL rankings.
Incredible rankings. So perfect.
The most accurate rankings to be found anywhere. So if you've dealt with them, if they've helped you make the selections of who should draft when, I know there's no funny businss going on. There's no way.
No. This is completely above board. It's Quant 6. And the Quant 6 pulled for the first pick in our villains draft, Linda Holmes. Linda is our first pick. Yeah, that's there we go. So hi, Linda.
Wait, now you're muted again.
Can't hear you.
Terrible start.
Still can't hear you.
Can we unmute Linda? Why is Linda muted?
Wait.
There
no, you're not.
Now, go.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Linda,
you're
unmuted. You're going to want to mute again.
I promise you that I know how to do this. Theoretically, I have a job in this field. I don't know why I've toggled all the toggles, and I'm so sorry. But
Linda,
hi.
So good to have you. Happy holidays to you.
Well, happy holidays to you too. Happy holidays to everybody. It is the start of the holiday season when I do this dumb thing. So
that's right.
And I feel like villains is sort of made for me in the sense that I'm always drafting villains, sort of,
Yes.
like I'm always the take on my picks is always that I'm very world domination oriented. So I feel like villains plays to my strengths, right?
In a lot of ways, this was like geared to your strength.
Yeah, it's true. But here's the challenge that I had in doing this is that I went with like fictional villains as opposed to real life villains such as Alan. But if you're talking about fictional villains, many holiday stories don't have a villain, right?
Yeah.
They have someone who just needs to learn the true meaning of Christmas. And so I spent some time trying to figure out where to look for holiday stories that actually have villains. They don't just need to learn that they're actually bad. So in the 2011 movie Holiday Engagement, from the Hallmark organization.
Right.
Bonnie Somerville, the wonderful Bonnie Somerville, plays a woman named Hillary who is engaged, but the lawyer she's engaged to breaks up with her in part because he's going to move to Pittsburgh and she doesn't want to go. There's a little bit of unnecessary Pittsburgh slander that goes on during this movie. He's going to Pittsburgh. She doesn't want to go.
Sure.
So he dumps her right before Thanksgiving. This leaves her, as you can imagine, no choice but to hire an actor to play him, to go to her house for Thanksgiving and meet her family, who's never met him before.
Right.
So she hires an actor named David, who is played by Jordan Bridges, who is Beau Bridges' son. And he plays her fiance, and they go, and it's fake. And, they start to like each other while they're there with her family. And right when it seems like they might get together, the fiance, Jason, reappears. And he's a complete weasel. He thinks he can just stroll back into her life just because Pittsburgh is not happening. As soon as David is gone, Jason starts to act like a jerk again. So she steals his car, goes to find David, the end. Now, what makes this movie particularly delightful is that all Hallmark movies, many Hallmark movies, as many of you probably know, have what you would call the beloved older person, or the BOP. And in this movie, the two BOPs are her parents, played by Shelley Long and Sam McMurray. So you got your lovely parents, you have your weasel boyfriend, and this guy, genuine villain, I'm saying. Genuine villain, dumps her right before Thanksgiving, forces her to hire an actor to play him, and then thinks he's going to waltz right back into her life. So my first pick for holiday villain is Jason from Holiday Engagement in 2011, currently available as we record this on Netflix.
Available on Netflix. Yeah. All right. Mike, you have Jason on your board. Was Jason on your board there?
We're off to a rip-roaring start, as always, with the holiday draft, where the number one overall pick is a character no one's ever heard of from a movie no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
This couldn't be better. This is exactly what we've come to expect from a holiday draft.
Mike, I was just going to say very quickly that this is the Michael Olowokande of the holiday
Greg Oden.
draft.
This is every draft that like 20 years from now, there's going to be an oral history of how badly Linda screwed this up.
No,
on Defector.
That's what you think.
Years from now, Jason might be super famous because of this. Yeah, I agree. Linda, okay, we made
That's
it.
the number one to look. There's
listen, this is harsh. This is really harsh.
the number one.
Linda ... okay is really harsh.
This
Linda,
is like
do you have like a little post-it note that says Jason no matter what?
Yeah,
no matter what.
I'll,
It's like drafting a kicker in the first round.
I do appreciate that the character's name is Jason. Like that.
I just mean it's like this is draft day right out of it's Vontae Mac.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I guarantee you,
it's basically like you know, some people pick based on need. Some people just say best overall player.
Right.
This is like Linda identified Jason from Holiday Engagement as the best holiday villain of all time, and it was like, I don't care whether I'm picking first or 10th. I'm going Jason.
No, that was
right.
He's a clubhouse villain. He's a glue guy.
It's a very Belichick pick.
I don't care what the rest of you knuckleheads are picking. What difference does that make?
That's clear,
Milicic.
yeah.
What difference does that make? What is this, a competition?
It is not. Linda, I also have been told, am I wrong, that you might have a message for us from Alan Sepinwall?
I do. Hang on one moment.
Okay, because I believe Alan also wanted to weigh in, and I don't know if he's weighing in on Jason from Holiday Engagement.
No, he's not. Hang on a moment. Please hold. I should have.
This is good. This is good.
We're leaving all this in. We don't edit this thing, so just take your time.
This is what we want. This is what we want.
Somewhere
goes
in here.
in keeping with the Mickey Moniak first overall pick of it all.
Linda is the only radio professional on here. I just want to say that. No.
I assume most people are listening to this and not watching, but just so you can to set the scene here, Linda has pulled her glasses down to the end of her nose in the universal sign of trying to read something off her phone of folks of our age.
Lower than Chuck Schumer.
She's pulling a Schumer plus.
Did he email this to me?
This is awesome.
I thought he texted it to me.
We're not moving on, Linda. We literally could not drafting again until you find
I'm
this.
so sorry.
Well, Linda, I have it too. If you
oh
want
my
me
God,
if you
Joe,
want me to play it. Well, he specifically said he
I
wanted
want
you
to hear the
play
one
it.
on Linda's phone.
I have no idea. I thought he
All
texted
right.
it to me, but maybe I erased it.
All right, this is from. You erased it. What?
This is a Zoom call with my parents now.
All right, here we go. This is from Alan.
Hey everyone, I'm sorry I can't make it to this year's draft, but it's for the best anyway, because there's only one holiday villain I wanted to draft, and that villain is me. Actors who play bad guys always say that they can't think of the characters that way, because nobody thinks of themselves as a villain. Well, I am here to tell you that they are wrong. I like being the PosCast Holiday Draft villain. I embrace it. It's fun to troll Mike. The year we did holiday songs and I got Mike to go to the liquor cabinet after I drafted both Centerfield and a Billie Holiday song, that felt awesome. If other people want to stick to the spirit of the law and try to be quote-unquote good, then that's their right. But I've lived long enough to become a holiday villain, and I enjoy it so much. I don't even need to make any other picks to know that I've won this draft. I hope everyone listening has a lovely December, and I hope Michael Schur has to sit alone with his bad food takes for the rest of the month. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
All right.
I got it right here.
Okay, play it again. No, that's
Yeah,
that's
mine's
just-
totally different. No, it's not.
This may be Alan's best draft.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also, it's crazy that Nick might have not been able to draft Alan.
that's right. That's
Because
right.
he would
If
have
Quan
drafted
Six had
himself.
put
For the
Alan
record,
in
Alan
front
was
of
also
Nick.
my first pick, and I
Yeah.
was devastated when I saw Nick's email.
Same.
As
It took
soon
it away
as
from
soon
me.
as Alan told me he was going to pick himself, I was like, dude, you're not going to get yourself unless you draft first.
Yeah.
Like, because almost everybody, I mean, after obviously Jason from A Holiday Engagement,
Yeah.
you're
Right,
the obvious
right.
first pick. So you're not
Isn't
going to
the
get
commissioner's
yourself.
ruling there as well that you can draft yourself as the villain?
Oh,
It-
sure.
It feels like a real villain move to draft
It is
yourself.
a villain move, though,
There's
right?
a lot of debate in legal circles about this. It's like there have been a lot of memos written. Like it's
That's
like
true.
the pardoning yourself thing. Like people theorized what would happen, but no one's
Yeah.
ever attempted it. Like Nixon
Till
came
now.
close when he was part of the holiday draft back in '74.
Oh, remember
But-
that?
Yeah, but no one's ever actually attempted it. So there would have had to have been a ruling had Alan been here and actually made the pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did consider tampering with the file, which is not what I was doing right there. Tampering with the file, not allowing Alan to pick himself and then pick myself. That was one of the
what
plans that I had.
wonderful segue from Nixon and the tapes, and now you're tampering as well. We're
Yeah.
onto something
That's right.
here.
That's right.
Oh, when Nixon was on the holiday draft. All right. With the second pick, our pal Mike DeCenzo. Mike, welcome.
Hello, thank you, Joe.
How are you doing, Mike? You look a little more rested than you normally do. Am I
Yeah,
right?
This is the this is the end of a 2-week hiatus, so I
Ah.
will very soon be back to a disheveled
Zombie
wreck
finger.
of a human. But
Yes.
for
Yeah.
now, somewhat rested.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, Mike, I know Jason's off the board from Holiday Engagement.
Right.
And also, I would say Seppenwald is off the board, even though not an official pick, right? He's not here.
I don't think Seppenwall's off the board. I think he's still on the board
He's still on the board
because he's
if you
not
want him.
picking. Like we can't allow that to stand as an official pick. So I think Seppenwall is still on the board.
So, in other words, it's all open except for Jason from Holiday Engagement.
Yeah,
Which is too
Can't have
bad.
Which also
because-
means
yeah.
that plant-based meats are also still on the board.
correct.
Yes,
That's correct.
absolutely.
I mean, yes, it does seem like Jason is kind of like in every Hallmark movie. There's always a guy like Jason, but
Sure.
I appreciate that you really specified the particular movie and guy
Yes.
and his actions.
Holiday Engagement from 2011 is what you're
Yes.
talking about.
2011.
Yes,
Yes.
Jason.
Not the remake.
That's right.
For my first pick for holiday villains, I'm going to pick the kid in school who tells other kids that Santa isn't real.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ugh, I
I
had
think
that.
there is nothing lower than that. I think you're not just being an asshole, you're destroying wonder, which is one of the worst things a child can do to another child.
Or anybody can do.
Yeah. And I just feel like, we need children to believe. It just makes the holiday better. and
Yes.
makes children behave. For like, I know when I was a kid, it was the 1 month a year that I was actually nice and good.
Sure.
Um,
So your thinking was that Santa was only paying attention that month.
Well, I figured I can make up for a lot. I think you can make up for a lot. I think, I know that God is also a moral compass, but I think the consequences of angering God are not as immediate. So Santa really is kind of like, he's the one that as a kid you're trying to be on their good side.
Mike, I'm sorry. Do you realize that if children are listening to this right now, that you're that asshole?
I have not said that Santa is not real.
Yeah, you absolutely did. You said, I picked the kid in school who tells other kids Santa isn't real.
Well,
Right, that doesn't mean it's true.
That doesn't mean that
okay.
Santa's not
No,
real.
great.
It's
But
about
I'm
lying.
sure-
That
I'm
could
sure
just mean
kids
who
will discern the
claims.
difference
I have been
between
very
draft
careful
Mike
in my language.
DeCenzo.
I caught that.
I
knew.
know I know the Lorne rule. I know the Jimmy Fallon rule. You can't be the guy to
That's
do
right.
that. And I believe in Santa. I know he is real. And
You
so
know
for
who?
any
You know who
children
would
listening-
absolutely do that is Jason.
Which Jason would do that?
Oh, Jason
Oh.
from A Holiday Engagement.
And Jason Kander. They would both do that.
No.
I might have done
Cameron.
that at some point in school. I don't.
Okay, what do the analytics say on this podcast? From the 4-year-old to the 9-year-old
Oh yeah,
demographic.
listen,
It's a
this is
big
being-
number, isn't it?
This is being played in schools right now.
Mostly
I mean,
kids.
Yeah,
it's
it's mostly
it's-
taught. It's taught in schools.
taught
Well,
Yeah.
it's educational.
If
I'm
you go on
pretty sure that's
YouTube,
the
it's Miss
classification.
Rachel and then the PosCast.
Yeah.
Those are the
Second,
rankings.
Yeah.
second, but we're going to catch Miss Rachel. We're not that far behind. At this
Huge
point.
with the Paw Patrol demographic.
I think it's a great pick, Mike. I do. I think it's a great pick. That is true villainy to just go around, especially because you know the joy they get out of just wrecking people. Yeah. So I'm with it. Mike, you with it?
No.
Oh, Mike is down on this pick.
I think, I mean, I understand the villainy involved here, but I also believe that that's a person that you remember for the rest of your life. Usually it's a sibling if you have a sibling, but like everyone can remember the kid who did that. And like, it's not like a happy memory, but I think there's something formative and interesting about who that person is for everyone. And
you
I think it's
remember
like
the
the
first
key
person
moment
who
in your life.
punches you in the nose too. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
make you. That's so
Yeah.
you're fine with that as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
I gotta
saying
say,
it's
this
good.
feels
I mean,
very
I-
comedy writer.
I'm
I think
saying
that's
it's
what makes
memorable.
That's what makes a great villain. Is if you didn't remember them, would they be great?
Well,
All right,
really,
you know what?
Linda
That's
Holmes
fair.
thinks
I'll
so.
buy that. I'll buy that. Okay.
Okay.
Back on
Excellent.
board.
I think it's a good one. All right. Our third pick, according to the Quant 6, is Molly Knight. Molly is our third pick. You ready, Molly?
Yeah. I'm gonna get in trouble from people. So you said holiday, and I went down the route of Christmas movies and things,
Yeah.
and then I started thinking about other holidays.
Oh, no. This is very Seppenwall.
Oh, I know exactly where this is going, I bet.
And then
We
here's
going
what I
Easter?
What is that?
John Wilkes.
John Wilkes Booth, no
Right.
matter what,
John
on
Wilkes
her post-it
Booth,
note.
no matter what.
How is John Wilkes Booth a holiday villain?
Yeah,
Molly?
give us this holiday connection.
Well, I was thinking about President's Day and Lincoln.
Was
then
he
I was-
killed on President's Day?
No.
What are the
He was-
chances?
he was
Coincidence.
not.
It was
No.
a crazy
I don't know,
coincidence.
I think he was born and died on that day. I don't know. And then I just thought about
Feels
how
like
he
something you could have looked up.
he was maybe our best president, and that he got murdered by a villain.
Yeah.
So it's a holiday that I think about a villain on. Yeah. So that's it. But am I in the wrong holiday? Is this wrong?
No, I like it.
No, it's wrong. No, I definitely think it's wrong. I'm gonna go with it's wrong.
Okay.
Like, I could have gone with you if you had picked like Doc Holiday or something. Like if you had gone like if you would have. I don't get the. I don't see the Lincoln Booth holiday connection. I
In
just
Molly's
don't-
defense, I think he probably ruined Lincoln's Christmas as well. So I do think you can tie that back around.
That is
I
fair.
also believe that Abraham Lincoln was the person to come up with the holiday Thanksgiving. The origin of Thanksgiving is actually like we are thankful for peace after the war is over. It has nothing to do with kind of colonial times. That was later.
Well,
that helps.
John Wilkes
Well,
Booth shot
Thanksgiving
Abraham
isn't-
Lincoln on April 14th, which I think is about as far away from any holiday.
Well, it's
as you
tax
can-
day.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
day before
So-
tax day.
That's
Day
not a
before tax
holiday.
Day.
How,
Well,
you
you
know,
know.
maybe we can help Molly with this. That John Wilkes Booth was born on May 10th, which has fallen to Mother's Day. There's a holiday.
Well, Lee
Okay.
Harvey Oswald's still on the board.
Well, all right. This thing has taken turns that
Yeah.
already we could not have seen coming. But hey, listen, we're not the ones that are going to vote on who wins the holiday draft. That is people, and they might love it, Molly. You don't know. All right, with our fourth pick, according to Quant 6, Alexis Gay gets our fourth pick. Alexis, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here.
How much time have you spent preparing for this draft? Alexis has a big show coming up in New York on December 8th.
That's true.
If you are in New York City, she is filming her amazing show on Professionals. So if you're in New York, in Brooklyn, I guess, tickets are available. So I know you've been busy with that, but you always spend many, many hours preparing for this draft. How did it go this year?
I feel good, but I
Okay.
also feel concerned because there have been years where I haven't really done an amazing job, but I feel I have been able to escape some of the harsher critique because of the presence of Alan, and that was nice. And now I feel a little bit like
You're
I need to
exposed.
be. I do feel a little exposed because, and also Nick sort of bringing up on the top end, and I felt like I could sort of fly right in the middle. And this year, it could really go either way. But let's be optimistic. Why not?
Let's be optimistic. Okay, who is your first holiday villain, Alexis?
Okay, my first holiday villain is also from a movie. It is Alan Rickman's character from Love Actually.
Ooh, curveball.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
love pulling out the Alan Rickman
Yeah.
first. Yes.
Yes, and I will. If you has everyone here seen Love Actually?
Yeah.
Everybody, right?
Yeah,
Many times.
I don't
Okay,
think
fab.
you're allowed to live without
Yes.
seeing it.
I have
It's sort of
not
in the
seen it.
water at this point.
Just don't
But
tell any of
listen-
our 5-year-olds how it ends.
Absolutely. But for listeners not acquainted, I just briefly, Alan Rickman is involved in an emotional affair and thus cheating on Emma Thompson. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Enough said. I think that's it. He ruins Christmas. Why do it around Christmas? Oh, and by the way, it's with his assistant. Boring.
Well, that's on brand.
Classic. Yeah, but at least
It's
I
not
don't
even
know, it
creative.
feels- No, it's not creative. It's predictable. It's so boring. And I think it's very, very villainous. And in the film, they don't even really tell you what happens,
No.
Could have torn that family apart.
You
Those
know
kids,
it's
they're
really funny.
comedians somewhere now,
I thought you meant you wanted more details of like what
Yeah,
happened.
that's what I thought.
Oh.
Like,
What
they couldn't
happened?
get
You know
into
what?
it.
If there was a sequel where they were in couples counseling, I would want to see those sessions.
Yeah.
For sure.
Alexis, my daughter Elizabeth asked me, it's like, oh, what's the draft this year? I said, oh, we're drafting holiday villains, and she said, oh, who is the villain in Love Actually? And I said, all of them. So,
all of them?
Oh yeah,
All of
yeah.
them.
No.
The creepy guy who comes to the door with the signs.
Yeah,
Oh, the
there's
guy
a
that's in love with
stalker.
his best friend's
Keira
wife?
Knightley gets stalked. This was the same
Yeah.
thought I had when I
Yeah.
was preparing for this. Was I know that there's like 4 or 5 choices in that movie.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant is another one who's complains, and his entire cabinet complains that a woman is chubby when
Yep.
she is not at all chubby.
Not at all,
Nope.
right?
And even if she is, that's a really shallow thing to care
Yes.
about or to think about or to denigrate. There's the Keira Knightley
no
gets
leader
stalked.
should
Alan
ever
Rickman
do
cheats
that.
on Emma Thompson. There's a it's
Yep.
Stephen Merchant, when I was on The Office, Stephen Merchant came and directed a couple episodes, and he was talking. We were chatting with him in the writers' room, and he was talking about romance in movie and TV shows. And he said at one point, I really like the movie Love Actually, and in England, saying that you like the movie Love Actually is worse than denying the Holocaust.
Says a lot about England.
yeah, it's a combination of things there.
England does not come out well in that anecdote.
No, wow.
And by
It's
the way,
also a great-
Keira Knightley was 17 when
Yeah.
they filmed Love Actually.
No,
so
really?
I thought it
add
was.
Chiwetel Ejiofor in there, add Andrew Lincoln, a lot
Well,
of
in
creeps.
fact, hasn't she talked about like her first kiss being on there and it being not great and like she felt pretty uncomfortable about the whole thing?
It's not okay.
Not okay.
Not okay.
No, it's not okay.
You
So
all
yes,
know
weird.
a lot about this movie. It's
yeah,
impressive.
no, it's a very good choice, Alexis. But
Thank
what
you.
we're saying is you could have chosen many.
In
from
Canada,
I totally
not knowing
agree.
about Love Actually is worse than not knowing about the Holocaust. So
Good thing we have a
wild.
Canadian here to enlighten us about
Yeah,
that
I was
kind
going
of
to
thing.
say. All right. Well, I think good pick. With the number 5 pick in the draft, according to Quant 6, this is a shocker. Yeah, Ryan George is the 5th pick in the draft.
Oh,
Ryan,
great.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ryan,
for having
I do
me
have a
again.
question for you before we get started.
Yes.
How often, because we don't really, this thing, you guys do this, it's very nice of you. Nobody listens to this. And yet, how often would you say somebody has approached you in some form or fashion about Terry's chocolate oranges over the last 2 years?
Oh, if I were to add it up, it would be less than 1 for sure.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a life-changing number, but
Okay, well, that's good. That's good.
yeah.
Because I worry. Because Brandon cannot go anywhere without people like complaining about that Christmas in Sarajevo song that he took with the first pick in the draft. The first pick in the first draft, right? Is that our first ever pick? Was Christmas in Sarajevo, Mike?
I don't remember, but that it certainly would have. It would be appropriate if that were true.
Yeah, it really would be. Really would be. All right, Ryan, who is your holiday villain?
My pick is someone who has fooled everyone into thinking they're a good guy, which I think is a mark of a really true evil genius.
Sure.
This is someone who actively divides the world in several ways. So my pick is Santa Claus.
Ooh, I thought he was going Jesus. Room was shaking.
Oh my God! Just get this podcast canceled. Yeah, I mean, Santa, he gives, nice gifts to rich kids, crappy gifts or no gifts to poor kids, as if wealth disparity wasn't a big enough issue already. And he completely ignores kids of other religions.
Yep.
Does a ton of breaking and entering, and I think we can all agree is pretty cool with slavery. But he
That's
gets
a
away
good
with
point.
it because people see him as some kind of saint.
Yeah.
Nicholas specifically. So that's my pick. Santa.
Also, it's like retire already. You're like Nancy
Exactly.
Pelosi. Just
And it's like, what are we
hanging
doing
on,
with
come
the lore? Like,
on.
do you die and Anna Kendrick becomes Santa, or do you live forever? Do you fall off a ladder and die? And then if I put your pants on, I become Santa?
That's how it works in the Senate. So yeah.
It's actually
Like, someone's got to grab Mitch McConnell's pants next time he falls down.
Falls down.
Looking back on the Santa stuff, I think it's really sweet that none of my Jewish friends ruined it for me when I was little. Like
Well-
that's an act of love, right?
That is
By
nice.
I
saying-
guess.
Yeah, right?
You're assuming, speaking as Jewish kid, you're assuming that those kids' parents weren't also using Santa to get them to behave.
Is that what was going? Is that what?
I was raised pretty secular, but Santa
Yeah.
was a factor.
I just
I feel like my Santa as a Jewish kid was just like, my mom will get mad at me.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I never told anyone about that until just now. So
Can we focus on what an excellent
Holiday
argument
draft
Ryan just
confessional.
made for
It's
Santa
a great
being a
call, by the
polarizing
way.
figure?
I think
It was-
it's an excellent pick.
Thank you.
That the way that, but you had to explain it. You had to explain it. That is one
Yeah,
thing
but
about
his
the
point
pick.
about slavery has changed the way I'm going to think about Santa forever.
I also like the idea of Santa
Animal
refusing to
cruelty.
leave the stage, like some
Yeah.
old superstar, just like who keeps. Basically, Santa is like David Copperfield. Like he just won't stop performing. He just has to keep going forever.
It's Mick
You
Jagger.
didn't even mention how he's
still
overtaxing
Mick
the
Jagger
dairy
at
industry.
Christmas.
Mick Jagger. Mike, what do you think of this pick?
I love this pick. This is a great hot take. I do think that there is a little bit of creepiness involved with Santa. I think we can all agree with that. Like, and also you have to leave him tribute. You know, you have to make him the cookies and leave milk and stuff. And then also, you got to remember the reindeer. Leave carrots for the reindeer. Like, he's asking a lot of you.
I think that's class-based.
Yeah, totally class-based. And also, I do think that the key element here is that, like, you're he's used as a cudgel, right? For kids, it's just like, if you don't behave, like, kids should behave because parents should teach them just, you know, I know I'm going to get yelled at for this, but parents should teach kids ethical behavior on its own as an end in itself, not a means to an end. It shouldn't be like, act well so that this strange man will break into your house and give you stuff. You should be just act well because that's the right way to act. And I think I love this pick. This should have been the number 1 overall pick, in my opinion.
I'm also going to ask you to sit on this old man's lap as a 4-year-old.
And get your picture taken.
But also, he sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake.
He does.
Very creepy. Yeah,
He
the whole
does.
thing's
He's also a
creepy.
stalker.
Yeah, very much so. All right, excellent pick, Ryan. With the 6th pick, making her holiday draft debut, Megan Amram. Megan, hello.
Thank you so much. It's truly such an honor to be here. After all this joking around, this is going to sound sarcastic, but I'm very honored to be part of the draft. And honestly, I think I've misunderstood the whole concept. I'm worried I'm going to get yelled at also, because that last pick by Ryan was so good, so well thought out. Mine's a little abstract. And I already can hear Mike getting a grumble ready.
Oh, he's ready.
But my draft pick for Holiday Villain is the concept of time. And let me get into this, because there's a little, there's some more specificity. I know you guys get it, but okay, I hinted at this in the podcast, but I am Jewish. I grew up Jewish, and I didn't celebrate Christmas my entire childhood. I also didn't ruin it for anyone, nor will I ruin it now. And when I moved to LA as an adult, I lived with a roommate who celebrated Christmas, and I became obsessed with it. Obsessed. It's like, you guys all have it right, or some of you do. It's a great holiday. You get lights and trees and all the things that we all like. So I, reverting to a childlike form, tried to keep my tree up from, I think it was October through May. And one day I left the apartment.
Was it a living tree?
No, it was not a living tree. And though I like the idea of just a shriveled, desiccated.
By May, it was certainly a dead tree.
I left the apartment on a weekend trip. I come back, the tree is gone. My roommate had took it down while I was gone. And I think that is some of the most small-minded thinking I've ever seen in my entire life. He is being led around by the calendar as if a bunch of pages can tell you anything about when or not to celebrate a holiday. So the concept of Christmas being simply a day or even half of a year, I think, is the thinking of a species beneath us. We're humans. We should have broken free of this little constraint. And I just find it to be a moral failing, the likes of which we've probably never seen on Earth. Yes.
Concept, in other words, the concept of time is a villain in as much as it negatively or adversely affects our ability to properly celebrate holidays, which in your mind is sort of, they're a state of being. They're not a moment on the calendar.
Yeah, exactly, Mike.
So every day is Christmas.
Every day. Well, okay, this is another thing. I do believe every day is Christmas, and I'm glad you said that first, Howard, because I didn't want to sound insane. But
it's like a Sade lyric, isn't it? And every night is New Year's Eve.
I love Christmas so much for my birthday one year, which is in September, if we're going by the calendar, quote unquote.
Calendar.
As people tend to do,
I went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I celebrated my birthday at the Christmas Hotel there, where every single night Santa comes and says it's Christmas Eve. And it was amazing. I felt like I had reached some sort of nirvana where I wasn't being, again, held down by the trappings of the human animal.
So what I
There's
love
no
about
way this pick was not on Ellen's board.
It
I
was.
had a normal pick, but I went with this one.
No, what I love about this is that the only people who have this right, it sounds to me, are the people in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. They're the
Pigeon
only
Forge
ones
nailed
that-
it.
They're
They
the only
got
ones.
some things wrong, but they got this right. And I will tell you, another group of people who have it right, Michael's Craft Store. I worked there in my summers in high school in Beaverton, Oregon, and they put out their Christmas stuff in August.
Yes.
Yes,
Are
they
the
do.
only, they're a great company,
Great
loved
company.
working for them. And when it was sweltering in the August heat and I'm setting up the garlands and the tinsel on my summer job, I knew that these people really had their priorities in order.
I can't believe they put it out in August. I just assumed that you could always get holiday stuff at Michael's.
Well, I think there's probably a little corner. I haven't been there for a while.
I just want to say, if you were up on your Hallmark, you would know that there's a movie where the woman is trying to get her company, which I don't remember if they're marketing or what they are, but she's trying to get them hooked on a concept called Christmas 365. So,
Ooh.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that like all day
I'm gonna
breakfast?
go. Yeah.
Well,
They're-
Jason was
they're-
right that I had this on my board, and it's because all points of time are actually mutually co-occurring. It's like space.
It's like
So
a
it is
multiverse.
actually always the holidays. That's the spiritual truth.
I knew it.
I
feel
love
like I'm
That's
talking
the-
to children when they act
That's
like
right.
a day is a day. I'm like, how old are you?
Isn't that like when you start drinking and you're like, it's 11 o'clock? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Right,
Yeah.
it's
Right?
Christmas
somewhere. Yeah.
Christmas
Here.
somewhere. Yeah. I love it.
It's
All right.
Christmas some here. Okay, I'm done. Bye.
Megan, just a fantastic debut. That's all
Thank
I'm
you
going to
so
say.
much.
Just,
Came
just
in hot.
Just
Mhm.
came in hot, memorable. I love it. All right, quad 6 with the 7th pick is our good friend Howard Bryant. Howard,
Hello.
hello.
The snow hit the ground for the first time this morning.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Yeah,
So it's
and
Christmas there.
It's
already.
Christmas in Amherst, Massachusetts.
Oh, beautiful.
It is true.
Beautiful.
Yes, I was actually really, really happy that we had a potential overlap, because I was going to say one of my great villains is the person who decides not to take the Christmas tree down until like March.
Oh,
There are many
there
of
you
them
go.
here. They must
feels
go.
good.
They must be stopped. But that's not it. For me, I am going with what I refer to as the axis of evil.
Okay.
The axis of evil, you may think of the axis of evil as Iran, Korea, Cuba, North Korea, that is. But it's actually Peppermint Patty, it's Violet, and it's Lucy Van Pelt.
Wow.
Let us just call that for what it is. With supporting cast members Sally Brown and the original Patty, not Peppermint Patty, but Patty, the brown-haired girl with the
curls.
ribbon in her hair.
Oh, with the ribbon in her hair. Yes.
Who was phased out in later Charlie Brown cartoons. We start with 1965, A Charlie Brown Christmas,
Sure.
celebrating its 60th anniversary this year. And we hear Charlie Brown say, I know nobody likes me, but do we have to have a holiday to emphasize the point? Is there anything more heartbreaking than that? Yes, there is. It's Charlie Brown walking up to Violet and saying, thank you for the Christmas card, Violet. And she says with her nose in the air, I didn't send you a Christmas card, Charlie Brown. There's just a lot of pain in that. Then we also go with, we've got Lucy, who introduces Charlie Brown as the director of the play and then continues to undermine him, and then also introduces herself as the first member, the inaugural member of QAnon, when she says, we all know that Christmas is commercial. It's run by a big Eastern syndicate, you know.
Yeah.
Then we will fast forward to 1973 and a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, where Charlie Brown is going to Thanksgiving with his family, and Peppermint Patty just invites herself and the entire neighborhood over and then complains that they're having pretzels and they're having jelly beans and they're having popcorn and that a dog is making toast. I mean, the levels are just very, very high here.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't think it was going to wait for a second round or a third round pick because it's
certainly any one of them could have gone at any time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have the supporting characters. We have Sally, who's great, who we love Sally.
Yeah.
And then what does Sally want for Christmas? You know, she's talking to Santa and asks how his wife is. How is your wife? And then she wants her things. And then she finally says, if all of this is too much, just send 10s and 20s. And then finally we have Patty, who when Lucy introduces Charlie Brown as the Christmas play director, she says, this is going to be the worst Christmas play ever. I just want you to take all of this in.
Take it all in. Take it all in.
And I will take those three up against Cuba, North Korea, and Iran any day of the week.
I'm now very much enjoying imagining Charlie Brown the later years where he's become like an alt-right male-o-verse podcaster because he's lashing out at the girls who were mean to him when he was 6 years old.
If he's older, can you actually hear what he's saying if he's an adult?
I really like the fact that the word manosphere abandoned Mike at a critical moment, so he said mailoverse.
I loved mailoverse.
Loved mailoverse is even better.
Mailoverse is great.
Yeah. Like mail-averse.
That is my happy Christmas.
that makes it that sad. All right, I think it's a fantastic pick, well researched. I will say, it's an axis of evil. I think Peppermint Patty's particular crimes are not as at the level of the others. That's what I'm going to say. She invited herself over. Okay, great. You know what? That doesn't put her on the bottom.
She complained about the food, though.
She complained about the food.
Okay, so that puts you in the axis of evil that you complained about the food. That seems. I'm just saying. I'm with you on everything up to Peppermint Patty. I just kind of have her at a lower level.
You're getting kicked out of the mailoverse. That's not how we talk here.
Joe, I also very quickly wanted. I'm the camera is a little low right now, but I did want to just show you.
Look at this.
This is for you. I put this on for you because I saw your post from Cooperstown, and if you had gone into the gift shop at the Hall of Fame, this was here. It was waiting. I couldn't help it. It had to be done.
For those of you listening, this is an audio medium. It's a Homestead Grays sweatshirt.
Oh, that's right. People are watching. People are not all watching.
They're not watching unless we.
It's a sweatshirt. The Homestead Grays.
It's a Homestead
Negro League
Grays
1935,
and it's fantastic. And it's such a good. It's just awesome. It's awesome, Howard. Everything about you is awesome. All right, with our 8th pick, Quant 6 tells us that the 8th pick is Ellen Adair. Ellen, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, truly the best day that is always occurring. So for this draft, I decided that I was going to try to sort of diversify my first, second, and third picks. So with my first round, I am taking the primary holiday villain in my own life. And that is the Hess truck commercial. And the main reason is that the jingle, which I will not inflict on anyone who isn't already infected, sort of like children and Santa Claus, is the jingle really sticks in my ear indelibly. Like nothing can get it out. And I've often said that Billy Joel is the power washing of music. Like if you have a song in your head and you decide you would rather have Billy Joel in your head, you can usually just think of a Billy Joel song and then you'll have that instead. But it is useless against the power of the Hess truck commercial jingle. But what is worse is that it's neither its own jingle, nor does the jingle reappropriate some terrible holiday earworm. Inexplicably, it uses My Boyfriend's Back, despite the fact that this is clearly a holiday commercial that only plays during the holidays. And I feel like maybe they thought that was going to make them stick out from the other 58 commercials that put new words to like Carol of the Bells. But for me, it only makes them stick out in a bad way. And the third problem is that it's the Hess truck, right? Like it's big oil. we're talking 6 decades of oil spills and like destruction of groundwater and carbon emissions and destruction of extraction environments. And they're making that into a children's holiday toy, like a child holiday toy with the most insufferable children's chorus jingle since 1877 Cars for Kids. It's the Hess truck commercial for me. Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to start. Others, I'm sure, will have to be able to weigh in. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No clue. I have no idea.
Absolutely no idea. What
I was assuming this was regional.
Could I step in very quickly here, because this hit me very personally, very deeply.
Did you actually direct the Hess commercial?
You got hit by a
have
truck?
never heard at all of the Hess jingle. I have no idea what Ellen is talking about.
So
Ellen,
however,
where are you from?
I am from Boston.
You're
However,
in Boston, and Ellen is in New York. So I
Ellen's
assume
in
this
New
is
York,
a
'cause
New
I
York
haven't heard this
thing.
either.
however, what
Right?
I will say is that my uncle, every year for I think the first 10 or 12 years of my son's life,
Gets run over
received
by
a Hess truck for Christmas.
Wow.
He has an entire Hess arsenal. He has the Hess truck. He has the Hess 18-wheeler. He has the Hess helicopter. He has them all.
Wow.
And I was like, I didn't know Hess made toys for kids, but yet every year there was. I'm like, oh, it's Uncle Stevie. We know what's underneath the fucking tree. I'm sorry. We know. we know.
That 4 to 9
there's a
demographic.
Hess.
Oh yeah, we're losing our 4 to 9 demo.
It's Howard every year. It's always Howard who does it.
We know there's a Hess truck under the tree.
So here's the good news.
This is villainous.
It is villainous. No, I don't know if it is.
In answer to your your earlier question, I live in New York, but I feel like this plays just on streaming services. And I think part of the reason why I hate it so much is it plays for me at every single commercial break, right?
Wow.
So it's just inevitable.
I've streamed too, and I've never seen this. But here's the good news. And this is crazy, Mike. I don't know if you know this. We have a producer on this podcast now. There's somebody named Sarah who actually produces this. So Sarah is going to find the Hess commercial and play it so that people will know what you're talking about.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I feel
which would
like
be
you
good.
should leave that up to people's decision as to whether or not they want to internet search it or not.
No,
did this.
otherwise they will have no idea what you're talking about.
I think we should
It's
try to
terrible.
get Hess as a sponsor and then have them play the.
Mike, do you know this commercial? Have
I
you heard of this
don't. No,
commercial?
but
Yeah.
I love the pick because I think that the personalization of it is great.
Yeah,
It's
I like.
like-
Yeah, of course.
It's a great move to make this just. I don't care about the world. I care about my holiday season, and my holiday season is ruined by this thing every year.
Utterly ruined. It's all
love it.
my internal DJ is just always playing the Hess truck commercial for like 6 weeks out of the entire year.
I love this. I love it. It's personal. We'll have somebody play it so that people will be able to
Don't do that.
feel the same hatred that you do. With the 9th pick, according to the great people at Quad 6, Jason Kander with the 9th pick overall. Hi, Jason.
Hi. You ready?
No.
Jason, we could not be. We've
Are you
just
all
all been
sitting
waiting
down?
for this. We are.
Pharaoh. I'm going Pharaoh. My holiday is Passover. Doesn't get a lot more villainous than Pharaoh.
True.
Agree.
So you are not only Seppenwalling it by just picking a completely different holiday than obviously we're talking about, but you're also just going to flat out just go Pharaoh, and you're just going to
Yeah, it's a bit of an homage to those who aren't here, but I think it's a solid. I mean, make an argument to me that he's not a villain in that holiday.
This is he's just laying a trap. No one. Don't take the bait. Like no one is going to argue.
No, please, take Pharaoh's side, Mike.
I'm not doing that for the record. And I'm also not going to take
Feels
the
a little
bait
like you
about
are.
you choosing a villain from a holiday that is nowhere close to the time of year that it currently is. In fact, it's almost as far away as any holiday could be. It's like literally like 5 or 6 months from now.
I mean, some
taking
of
the bait.
beg to differ, but about
I
the
think
months
there's
thing,
is there
but I'm
gonna
not
be a
defending it either.
According to Megan, it's going on
want
right
to
now.
say
Right
all
now.
holidays are happening at the same time. Okay, bye.
So wait, so Mike is pro Pharaoh, Jason is anti Pharaoh.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm
Does
getting.
anyone else want to pick a side?
Well, I do feel like I need to disclose. I thought you meant the grain. So
No, nope. I got no beef
So-
with the grain.
That and not a villain.
in
I
that
was-
sense, I'm pro
Got
Pharaoh.
no beef with the grain.
I
the
thought you
grain.
were talking about Pharaoh Williams.
I
and
have no
was
beef
like,
with the
it's like,
grain. I see what
come
you did
on.
right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For the vegetarian in you.
Mike, are you falling for this, or,
Nope.
or are you just
I'm
moving
not.
on?
I'm great. Great pick. Good
Mike,
job,
you're
Jason.
going to love the rest of my picks.
Is there going to be a run on the 4th of July in the second round?
Oh,
Another holiday?
It's very, very possible. All right. Quad 6, man. I can't believe that you got the last pick again, Mike.
Wild. This is wild.
But I mean, it's Quad 6, so there's no argument.
Yeah, you know, what are you going to do? 8th year in a row or whatever, I get the last pick. But it's okay that I get the last pick because everyone always does insane things, and all of the things I want to pick are still on the board because, shockingly, I didn't have either the concept of time or John Wilkes Booth as one of my
Did you have the Hess commercial on there?
I didn't have the Hess commercial, no.
Yeah.
And like, look, everyone has classically overthought this, right? And this is we're now in whatever year of this, and everyone is like, oh, I can't just choose normal villains. I have to go crazily off the board and do something that like stretches the very concept of what we're drafting. I didn't take that approach. I made a list of just classic holiday villains.
Yeah.
And I'm going to choose one of them.
You'll win the draft because you'll be the only one that has done that.
That's right. So every year around this time, what does every family do? They sit down and they watch the movie Home Alone. Because Home Alone is a classic holiday movie. It's very obviously a holiday movie. There's no debate about it like some other movies that the internet lights up about. Is this really a holiday? No, obviously Home Alone's a holiday movie. And it contains an extraordinarily memorable villainous wing. And so with my first pick, I am choosing as the classic holiday villain, Kevin McAllister.
Yes,
from,
thank you.
From the movie Home Alone. So just to review, Kevin McAllister does a number of horrifying things in this movie. He shoplifts and then gets away with it.
Right.
He is incredibly cruel to a very kindly man who lives next door to him for no reason.
Right.
He knocks over his brother's shelf and sets a tarantula loose. And then when the wet bandits, the poor, sweet, kind wet bandits,
right,
all they want to do is break into the house and steal a bunch of, silverware or whatever. He not only he continues to torture them long after they've been defeated. He rubs it in, basically. He burns their hands. He hits them on the head with paint cans. He
has them step on nails.
He has them step on nails. He just absolutely toys with them. He makes them, he inflicts pain and damage to their person at a degree far beyond what any court of law would find reasonable. and every year I watch this movie with my kids. It's kind of a tradition in our house. And every year, about 2/3 of the way through the movie, I have the same thought, which is, hey man, ease up. Just ease up a little bit.
He's running up the score.
Yeah, he's absolutely running up the score. He is Steve Spurrier with
he's up 72 to nothing.
He's up 72 to nothing. He's throwing deep. And so anyway, that's my pick, Kevin McAllister from Home Alone.
Okay, Kevin McAllister. How does everybody feel about that pick?
That's a
He's trying to
fantastic
protect himself from a home invasion. No,
he's got it under control. It's under
By
control
two
so
adult-
early.
by two grown
I
adult
feel like
men.
that's the pick Pharaoh would make.
I just
Or at
feel
least
like
it's the take he would have.
I feel like Mike is overlooking the underlying dynamic, which is that by the time he has started to fight back against them to keep them from breaking into the house, after that, they want to kill him. They don't just want to steal some stuff out of the house. They want to kill him.
Yeah. They don't have
and so
they're so incompetent. Like there's no way I don't actually feel like he's ever in any danger. I feel like he's
That's 'cause
he's
he's
so
ruthless.
far ahead of them. He's like they don't
Hannibal Lecter style.
they never come close to actually causing him any real harm.
I will say there's a video on YouTube from Wired where a trauma surgeon goes over all of the injuries that they experience in Home Alone.
my
and
God.
she basically runs down how many times they would be dead because it's
amazing.
many times. So you
Yeah.
can look that up if you just do YouTube.
Proves my
injury,
point.
Home Alone.
At one point, weren't they trying
injuries.
to? They were about to smash him with a shovel, though.
No. Didn't the neighbor smash him with a shovel when they finally caught him? Wasn't that how that
That's
ended?
true. That
Yes,
is
I
true.
watched
But
it
they
yesterday.
had him like on
They
a.
finally had him. Like
he was
they
going to
were-
pluck out his. He was going to take his fingernails off or something. There was
He's going to bite
something.
them. He's going to bite his fingernails.
Well,
I think
and
also,
also
to support Mike's argument is the fact that clearly Kevin is so terrible that even if his parents left him at home by mistake the first time, that second time that can't be an accident, you know?
They're
Yeah.
subliminally, subconsciously, his parents don't want him around. That's pretty
They don't
clear.
want him.
His parents are like,
That's- it's not that subliminal, really.
There's
being
your
honest.
villain. There's your villain.
And you can thank
Yeah.
Kevin for all of Joe Pesci's growth. I mean, does he really kill Spider and Goodfellas if he doesn't have this experience?
I like that concept of a guy who thinks every role an actor has played is the same guy
same
over
guy,
and
yeah.
over.
Following it all
It's
the
a
way
fun
through.
guy.
I mean, just think about his growth, just Pesci's growth. I mean, look at what he did to the guy in Casino, and he stabs
Yeah.
the guy with the.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen without Home Alone.
no,
It's-
he's absolutely been driven to the brink of insanity by a
Yeah.
child.
I mean, Joe Pesci was a lounge singer, for crying out loud.
That's
And
right.
then one kid drives him
And then
out, and
one
then suddenly
kid
he's
sent
putting
him.
vices on people's heads. I mean,
That's right.
It's crazy.
Joe, may I assert a point of personal privilege? I'd like to speak directly to the 6-year-old children that are listening to this show while they're on a road trip with their parents. I'd like you
Sure.
to know that Santa is real and Kevin is not the bad guy. I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Neither is Pharaoh.
I knew it.
Jason didn't say anything about Santa not being the bad guy, though. So apparently he's real, but he is a villain.
He's a villain.
We could throw Santa in there. But that was such a good take that I don't want to spoil.
He
I don't wanna
was he
spoil
was
that.
taken ahead of Pharaoh. In case
There
you're
is
wondering.
so
Yeah.
much pressure on Michael Olowokande to perform after this draft.
Yeah, what do we got, Linda?
Well, we're coming right all the way back around to Linda Holmes for the her second pick. Linda, what do you got?
All right. So in the 2008 movie, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year,
Sure.
Brooke Burns plays Jennifer, a single mom to a little moppet. Her uncle Ralph, played by
Yeah.
the great and good Henry Winkler, is coming to visit her and her son over Christmas. At the airport, he befriends a friendly, free-spirited chef named Morgan. And when Morgan's connecting flight is canceled, brings this stranger to her house for Christmas.
Wow.
And so she gets to know the chef and they like each other, but she is dating a terrible wealthy person named Richard. And when Richard gets a load of Morgan the chef and how much Jennifer likes him, not only does he tell Morgan to scram, but he steals the thank you note that Morgan left for her. So she thinks he left without saying goodbye or saying anything. Eventually, Moppet's son uncovers the existence of the letter. Jennifer dumps Richard. She rushes to the airport to stop Morgan from leaving, which she does by accidentally leaning on the intercom button while explaining her deep and strong feelings for him to the woman at the customer service counter. Christmas, this all happens at Thanksgiving, so now they can, it is Christmas. So Christmas is saved. Her son has his toy that he wanted. Henry Winkler feels good because he was trying to set them up anyway. And so the villain in the story is Richard, who tried to prevent them from getting together by hiding the letter. And so that's my second holiday villain, straight up
Sure.
holiday villain.
Is
Horrible,
that also
horrible
a Hallmark
person.
movie? Is that a Hallmark
Yes.
movie as
Yeah,
well?
that's a Hallmark movie.
And
Yes.
Henry
sorry,
Winkler's
the
career
title
is
of-
really
title of the
rebounded.
movie again, Linda.
Most
The
wonderful
most
time
wonderful
of the
time of the year.
year. Yeah. So
Would you like to guess what song they play at the beginning?
Jingle
The
bells.
Hess truck jingle.
That
That's
would
my-
be
that's my second holiday.
horrifying.
Henry Winkler's had a big comeback since he was doing Hallmark movies like 16, 17 years
He would
ago.
still do a Hallmark movie, I think. He would just pop in there.
Get paid a lot more now.
Yeah, the whole point is like these are folks who are beloved, you know?
So the thing when Linda explains how the plots to these Hallmark movies, my first thought is, isn't that relatable? I mean, hasn't this just happened to all of us? You know, Oh, racing to the airport and by mistake just leaning into the microphone. I mean, it's almost cliche at this point.
Announcing your 3 or 4 days worth of serious feelings for this person that you now want to stop from leaving.
It's great.
It's
All
great.
right, so Linda so far has Jason and Richard, so that'll be real easy to explain in the recap for this thing.
She's staying in the Mailerverse.
All right, time for Mike DeCenzo's second pick.
The sun.
Really thought you were going Easter Bunny.
S-O-N or S-U-N?
S-U-N.
The sun.
Yes.
Okay.
And I, when I thought about this, I thought because I knew Nick wouldn't be here, I would love to hear his take on it. So I kind of wrote a Nick style explanation of this.
Yes.
And I would like to read that in my poorest impersonation of his language.
Excellent.
The sun. Its solar radiation converted into thermal energy, choking out the cold, thus robbing us of the proverbial white Christmas, or non-denominationally winter wonderland. That Norman Rockwell image in our mind's eye of a field blanketed in a soft coverlet of snow, treetops cloaked in virgin crystals, and to quote a poem by Janice Windle, a Christmas scene too seldom seen, relic of happy childhood, the short-lived beauty that dissolves before our eager eyes. End quote.
That's an extraordinary Nick
That's a
Offerman.
solid Nick.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Listen, you're on the right podcast here. We have spent many hours ripping on the sun on this podcast. Ripping on it.
Yeah.
Mike, so how do you feel about this pick?
I mean, the Sun is the number one villain in any draft, as far as I'm concerned.
Any draft. Yeah, that's right.
Deech is
What
doing
in
well.
the Chester
I've got to say,
A. Arthur?
I'm way more into his draft this year than I usually am.
Yeah. Hey,
I will give an assist to Nick Offerman because in writing that, I realized that Nick can make anything sound correct.
Yes. Yes. He's so good.
Yeah, very authoritative tone from that guy.
He is the movie The Life of Chuck came out last year, which I just saw, and he narrates it. And I think it's actually a pretty wonderful movie, but Nick Offerman narrating any movie is so wonderful in and of itself. I think it's a great pick. And Deech, you have not won this draft yet, have you? Or have you won the draft?
No, I don't.
You're right in there. You're right in the mix at this moment. I mean, you and Richard and Jason. I mean,
well, let's find out what Molly chooses after John Wilkes Booth.
Molly, we're excited about your second pick.
We're gonna make a little bit of a slight
a veer.
You're calling it audible?
Very slight. But I was so nervous when Mike made his pick that it was going to be my pick, but he incorrectly chose Kevin McAllister, which is not the right answer of who the true villains of Home Alone are. And it's not the robbers either. The robbers are not the villains. It's the parents and the uncle. Okay. My theory, and I'm deep. I watched Home Alone, you guys, the last 30 minutes of that movie when he's like, I gotta defend this is my house, I have to defend it.
Right.
I watched that movie every day, much like Megan. I watched those 30 minutes every day after school for probably 2 years. I had Christmas year round. Now my dog's getting involved. Uncle Frank in the original script was rumored to be working with the Wet Bandits.
Ooh.
Because his brother, Kevin's dad, was like some kind of shady money guy and was cutting Frank out of it. And so it was like this whole thing. And they cut it because it was like too scary that your uncle would orchestrate, your house being robbed. But like Kevin wasn't supposed to be there, so maybe he wasn't orchestrating like a child kidnapping thing. But it makes sense because he's so bitter that the McAllisters are so rich and blah blah blah, and so he's trying to like get back at them by having these two unwitting like losers rob their house, right? So
it actually changes the entire movie and makes the entire movie make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You're like, there are other houses, man. Like, why? Why that house specifically?
They call it the silver tuna. Why would they know it was the silver tuna unless they knew what was in there, right? And just going by when Joe Pesci went in and he was dressed as a cop, he's not like really casing the joint. He sees some nice stuff, but he doesn't know if there's what's in there. So it's the McAllister brothers, I guess.
Sorry, you said the brothers. The mom is separate. She does not.
She's just a terrible mother. But I don't think that makes her any different than
not a crime.
So just so we could review very quickly.
Yes.
Linda, we're going to have to explain who Jason and Richard are. Mike's are fairly standard. You can see those. And your two picks are John Wilkes Booth.
Yes.
And the brother and father and uncle and father in Home Alone.
Peter McAllister and Uncle Frank.
Okay. Mike, how do you feel about this pick?
I mean, I do agree that the parents or the father and uncle are villains in the movie. I didn't know about that early version of the script. That only adds to it. I still think that Kevin is the main villain, but I'm willing to go along with the idea that the parents are a close second.
Who do you think is a bigger villain? The uncle or John Wilkes Booth? Who do you feel is the bigger?
That's close. I mean, that's like a dead heat. You know,
you didn't say, "Look what you did, you little jerk." I mean, that's kind of on par with assassinating our.
And if you notice, in that final scene, he doesn't come back from France. Everybody else comes in through the door. I just saw this yesterday. Everybody else comes through the door. Frank's not there.
Oh,
Frank was like, "Screw it! I'm hanging out in France. I'm already here."
He might have been shooting
Can I
a
just
president.
take a moment to applaud the Home Alone forensics here? This is sort of Godfather level.
Oh yeah,
it's a movie that deserves this level of analysis for sure.
no doubt about that.
Yeah.
All right, Alexis, we are so excited for your second pick.
Okay, my second pick for this villains holiday draft is something that I think has probably been at the root of every bad holiday experience for everyone in society since the dawn of time. Not to overstate it.
Okay.
But my pick is generational trauma.
Wow. So just so we get this, you have generational trauma on your board.
That is my second pick. That's correct.
Behind
So the
Alan
trauma
Rickman. You
is
have
the
Alan
villain?
Rickman first, and then generational trauma.
That is
I thought
awesome.
it was more likely that someone would choose Alan Rickman's character from Love Actually than it was that someone would choose generational trauma. So yes, that
That's
was
a
a
fair
strategic ordering.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was a reasonable conclusion.
Okay, so generational trauma
That's correct.
is a holiday villain.
Absolutely. Think of any negative holiday experience you've ever had.
So
Come
we
on.
go into Thanksgiving or Christmas, and we're like, who's going to ruin the holiday? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to be the bombshell?
We know why.
And we know why.
Generational trauma.
Generational trauma. Mike?
Well, okay. I want to get on board
Cry
with it.
for help. This pick.
You want to get on board.
I want to get on board. I question whether generational trauma, whether all trauma is being lumped into generational trauma, because some people who ruin holidays are doing things that it's not because of generational trauma. You know what I mean?
Like getting hit by a shovel by a kid.
Yeah.
It's like shovel trauma.
That's like right.
That's
Okay.
That's like
contemporary.
shovel. There's like shovel trauma and generational trauma.
Yeah, those are the two big ones. So I don't want to.
Generational trauma is like Kevin's children are probably going to have some kind of abandonment issues because he was left at home alone.
Right.
So it's actually future. You don't even feel it then. It's later.
Yes, it's generational.
And you're getting into why time stupid.
Yes.
It is very
Thank you, Hallie.
aligned
Time.
with the picks of Time and The Sun. If we were to
I do
categorize, I
respect
think
those. Yeah.
Okay. Mike, are you on board?
I'm mostly on board. I'm mostly on board. I mean, I think anyone who has the experience of like having family gatherings.
Can I just say, I
during the holidays.
love the picks that are followed by silence. I love the picks that are followed by silence and Joe going.
I think we were all feeling generational trauma at the moment that
I think
pick
if
was
you
made.
don't, I think if you're not 100% behind this pick, it's because of generational trauma.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
No,
that's
I
right.
like
The
this
loophole.
And I just think
My
you need to name
like
that.
grandma went on a podcast
That's right.
once in
That's
the
right.
30s, and
That's
it
right.
hurt her.
Right. And my father was a chief architect of the Maileverse. So, I mean, that's, how I ended up here today.
Right. I think the problem with generational trauma is it's like the Pharaoh, where it's like there's no argument against. You can't say I don't agree with this
Solid.
because then you're,
Yeah.
you know,
Meaning like
Yeah, it's a perfect pick.
I think you could argue against the Pharaoh. I'm just saying, I think you can argue against Pharaoh.
I'm nervous that I'm getting Jason. No offense. I'm nervous. I'm getting lumped in with Jason's pick.
No. There are factions.
I'm just going to name
Welcome
it. I'm
to
nervous.
I'm looking forward to the thought pieces in defense of generational trauma.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
When the
Alexis,
book
you're
comes
gonna have
out
no
about this
trouble hanging in
podcast.
with the rest of my picks. It's gonna be fine.
Oh
They're
boy,
all
here
good.
we go.
She will be very upset when the oral history of this
I'm not
podcast
ready.
comes out.
Unless
and
it's
people are
Boulder
like,
Wheat, I'm not ready.
like Jason and Alexis, the way that they both picked, you know.
Oh boy.
All right,
But
Ryan.
were it not for generational trauma, would you remember any of these holidays?
I mean, seriously, Passover is generational trauma.
I was just gonna say.
That's the whole holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right,
Like,
Ryan.
If we didn't have generational trauma, would we have evolution? If you think about it, you know.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Oh.
So something to
That's
think
exactly
about.
what this podcast
Is
was
that
going
your
to
pick?
go.
Lots of
all
unpack.
the
Friction
time.
comes growth.
That's right.
Anyway,
This
my
feels
pick
like the
is
right
all
place.
of the other reindeer.
Yes.
This is good.
So the situation,
That's the
for those who aren't
So
aware,
good.
there's this one reindeer, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? And he had a very shiny nose.
He did.
And by the way, if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
Wow.
And so my pick, all of the other reindeer, they used to laugh and they would call him names, and they never let poor Rudolph join in really any of the reindeer games,
Wow.
which are a good time. Rudolph would have loved to be part of those games. Anyway.
Did that last forever? Was that like a permanent state?
Well, no, because then what happened was one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came in to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Oh, wow.
And then, how the reindeer loved him, right? And they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you go down in history. Whatever. Like, what is it? Bullies, hypocrites. Suddenly he has value. So,
Fair
yeah,
winners.
that's my pick. All of the other reindeer.
By the way,
Really surface level assessments by the other reindeer.
This is so good because this also this is Ryan's picks are very they work together because Santa's a jerk in reindeer.
And where was Santa?
He was a jerk. Like at the beginning, he was like, you're a stupid kid. I mean, he was vicious to Rudolph and his family. Yeah, you're right, Ryan.
It's like
where do you think the
basically
reindeer learned it?
Generational trauma.
That's right.
The reindeer are
I didn't say
politicians, right? That's what we're saying here. The reindeer are just politicians who see which way the wind is blowing. And when Santa gets on board, he's like, well, that's the big guy. We gotta, we can't. Now that he's on board with Rudolph, now we're all pretending like, oh no, you're amazing. We've always loved you. This is always you. You're a historically great reindeer. And also it's always bugged me that I understand the point of it, but it's always bugged me that the flaw in Rudolph that caused all of this torment and ridicule was that his nose glowed. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's an incredible, you know what I mean? It's not like, I know that it's just a stand-in for anything that makes anyone different, and that's the lesson. Right. I get it. But like a glowing nose is a cool, like, evolutionary development in the world of reindeer. And I was always like, why would anyone not be psyched about that? Like, that's a kick-ass cool thing that Rudolph has over everybody else.
There's also two offenses here.
There's what, sorry?
There's also two offenses here. I mean, not only did they laugh at him, but then they also prevented him from entry. There's a barrier to entry as well. So it wasn't just the making fun of. It's the you can't even hang out with us.
Yeah.
Do you think
to be made fun of?
Do you think he played reindeer games after they all loved him?
You know, I hope that he was bigger than that, and then he didn't join in the reindeer games. I hope he saw through it.
He was just kind of like, listen, I never learned how to play because you guys.
I hope he guided himself through the fog of fake friendship.
I think this is just an absolutely fantastic pick. Yeah, Ryan's a real contender as well this year. All right, Megan. I don't know how you're going to follow up concept of time, but
I wouldn't even say it's following it up. It's all happening at the same time. I do have an extremely concrete and sincere pick for my second pick.
Okay.
So to to put everyone at ease. My second pick is Krampus, which is a mythological Christmas creature in Germany, a cloven-hoofed demon that comes and whips children who don't follow the orders of their parents. And when I like vaguely knew about Krampus, and then I lived in Germany for a little bit a couple years ago, and there's just something so beautifully German, harkening back to all of these like Grimm's fairy tales where a man will cut off your toes if you don't scrub your plate. I think when we're talking about, we were talking earlier in the podcast about should you need a mythological creature to behave as a child, or should you just inherently be taught what's right or wrong? I do think you got to go one of either intense direction. Either you instill some beautiful ethics into your children, or there's a demon goat on the most fun day of the year who comes and whips you with what I think it is literally is a paddle that's made out of woven reeds. So I don't know. I don't have kids, but I appreciate that sort of outlook on childhood.
Just want to add, in the new Netflix movie Champagne Problems, the very funny Flula Borg,
who
explains
friend of the pod.
in great detail the story of Krampus in the most German way possible. I do recommend seeking it out. It's extremely funny.
Add Flula to this holiday podcast, shouldn't we, Mike? We should have him on here.
Yeah, there's not enough people. That was my
I don't
thought.
think there are enough people on here. So, and he could
also, Linda, have you written a Hallmark movie?
Not yet.
I think that this is. I really appreciate your genuine love of all of these, and I think that you could. I believe in you.
We want it badly. We want Linda's holiday movie badly.
I would only add to this. When I was writing on The Office, there's an episode called Dwight Christmas. I was long gone by the time it aired, but we had talked about it when I was there. And I think actually Dwight maybe mentioned this when I was there, but there's a character named Belsnickel who is a German folklore character who's sort of halfway between Krampus and Santa Claus and punishes naughty children and stuff. And we had been talking for a long time about how that would be exactly the character from folklore that Dwight would the most kind of want to associate himself with. And it always made us laugh that I think in the episode from the last season, I think he shows up as Belsnickel, but we had talked about it an episode when I was there in the third or fourth season where he would show up as Krampus and just absolutely just menace everyone and everyone would just be miserable and hate it. And so I think this is an excellent choice by Megan.
Excellent.
Thank you. I also was going to say, like, what kind of a kid is so evil that you need to invent a demon goat? And the answer, Kevin McAllister, just going into this being like, how could a kid really need a demon at their tail? So anyway, it ties
and also let the record show that as much as I appreciate Mike and his belief that that we should instill these values, these kids, they need a push.
Yeah, they do.
They need to be pushed. They absolutely have to be pushed. Yeah. Did I need the motivation between the month of Thanksgiving and Christmas to get it together? Yes.
They need a Krampus. They need a Krampus.
With the threat, did I need the threat hovering that the tree, there was going to be nothing under there unless I got it together? Absolutely.
All right.
Well, perfect timing, Howard, because it's your pick now.
Which leads us to my pick would be, it's a personal pick.
Okay. The Hess truck.
It's not the Hess truck. We gave the Hess trucks away, by the way. Once the boy got to high school, we're like, I think we need to just sort of re-gift these to Goodwill or wherever. But the Hess arsenal is now gone. My pick is the person that we in our family refer to as Auntie Menace. Every family has one, especially if there are multiple siblings. Somebody's got one. For us, this person will remain unnamed because they're still alive. And Auntie Menace was the person who, because I was the boy and my sister, my older sister, was not, she got the Almies, Bradley's, Zare, Dress Barn monstrosity of a sweater, and I got the money. I got the crisp 20 and the 10, and my sister got the dreadful sweater. Every year, a piece of clothing that we all knew was never going to be worn, but I got the money. So
it's
in honor of
in
her.
other words, it's the person in everyone's family who like plays favorites. Is that sort of the idea here?
I don't think she was playing favorites. I think she thought she was bonding with my sister.
Okay.
And was just, was taking the easy way out with me. But the menace piece of this was you were absolutely getting something you did not want. And I, on the other hand, was absolutely getting something that I wanted. 10s and 20s. It is. I guess that person, the menace in the family, would be the person who is going to show up with the gift you do not want.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Was the money more or less or equal to the sweater?
Well, that's even better because we thought that the sweater cost less than the 10s and 20s.
There you go.
That I got.
Of course.
I'm going to say, wait, before we continue, I'm starting to hear echo and weird noises from microphones. I feel like we should all be muting when we're not talking so that we don't echo and ruin everything. Because it's really imperative that the audio for this be pristine.
Well, it's not just that the audio should be pristine. It is that the level of quality that podcast listeners have come used
are
to.
accustomed to, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
They're just it's that they'll just be shocked to have echoes.
Yeah, they don't. Podcast listeners don't allow for subpar audio.
No, it's they're very picky that way. Persnickety even. All right, time for Ellen's pick. Ellen, you have to follow the Hess truck commercial pick.
Yes, well, I think for this round, I will be picking something that people have heard of because, as I mentioned, I was going to try to diversify my kind of holiday villain. So I considered, what is a villain to the holidays? Like, what do the holidays consider a threat? And the answer was pretty obvious. It's communism. So my round 2 pick is communism. And communism, it's obviously directly opposed to the commercialism that's the driver of so much of the holiday season. But even for people who are like, no, I avoid all of that. It's really just about the spiritual and religious element of the actual holidays for me. Karl Marx famously said that religion is the opiate of the masses. So in the grudge match of the holidays, communism is obviously the final boss.
I'm just going to say that with that pick, you might actually get a speaking engagement in the Mailoverse. Because
fantastic.
A lot of the Mailoverse is also very opposed to communism and socialism and things like that. Yeah.
Well, Ellen is not saying she's opposed to communism so much as she's saying that it's anti-holiday.
Right.
It's the mirror image of holiday.
Just recently, my point is we were finally allowed to say Merry Christmas again. That happened very, very recently. And so I'm just saying that this might be, her taking that stance, I think, will be very well received by the Mailoverse.
Yeah.
That's always the opinion that I've personally cared about the most.
Yeah, that's what you've been aiming for, I think.
Does the Mailoverse feel like we actually can say Merry Christmas? Have they crossed that line again or no?
I think they can, but they see it as a sort of an act of warfare to be able to say Merry Christmas. Am I correct?
And who would have thought that Ellen would
brave to say Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's brave.
Who would have thought Ellen would have been the 5-star general in the war on Christmas? Who knew today? That
Pretty
was the
bold
day.
attempt to get her own podcast.
I love it. I love it.
Spin-off opportunity.
I love that in a draft that was literally just labeled holiday villains, we've had communism, the concept of time, and the sun have all
John Wilkes
made an
Booth.
appearance.
And John Wilkes
I think it's going really well.
John Wilkes Booth.
But
Well,
Linus
also,
Van
Ellen
Pelt,
has
Linus Van
kind
Pelt
of-
absolutely agrees with you, Ellen.
Well, Ellen, you've kind of hedged. You picked Hess trucks and communism. I mean, those are sort of opposing villains.
She contains
sort of
multitudes.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
like
do I
that.
contradict myself? Very well then, I contradict myself.
I am
It's a good
desperately
hedge.
hoping we will get an Ellen statistic before this is all done.
Oh gosh, I'll do my best.
With the 9th pick in the second round, Jason Kander to follow up on Pharaoh. What do you got for us, Jason?
Pontius Pilate. Easter.
Oh my God.
Okay, what? That's not even how his name is pronounced. Did you say Ponche?
I don't know. That's how we pronounce it in my house.
It's
We never
it's-
said
You
it in
grew up
my
in a
house.
Jewish house. I mean, what do you? Of course,
I don't
that's
know
how
how
they
you're supposed to
pronounce
pronounce it. It was Pontius
don't
Pilate
know.
when I was the only Jew
Pontius.
at a Catholic school. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Pontius
Sorry, I thought you
Pilate.
said.
I was like,
I thought
Are you doing this to see if Mike will argue with you that Pontius Pilate is not a villain? Is that what
Joe,
what you're doing?
I think it's pretty clear that what I'm doing is picking the best holiday villains. And frankly, I'm a little irritated that you're skeptical of my intentions.
At least this one is the right holiday, I guess. So I mean, there is that. Mike,
Well, kind of.
any thoughts on the pick?
Again, I'm not doing this. I'm not
You're
doing
not doing it. You're just not falling for it.
Nope.
You're not. Okay.
He
All right,
went,
Mike,
he
it's
went,
time
he
for
went
your-
pro Pharaoh a few minutes ago. Let the record reflect. I can have the court reporter read it back.
With the 10th pick of the second round, Mike Schur, what do you got?
Every time around this year, there is one person who seems intent on ruining everyone's good time.
Okay.
There's one person who, more than any other, does everything he can, wields all of his power and influence to make sure that everyone's holiday season is just a little bit worse. And that person is Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. Every single year, we are subjected to the same stupid team and the same stupid stadium with the same stupid sun, I will point out, that pours in through the side of that stupid stadium.
Yep.
And we are subjected to shot after shot of him in his stupid booth, watching his stupid bad team play stupid bad football. This year, notwithstanding, they're actually pretty good. But I imagine how much better everyone's Thanksgiving would be if you didn't know that one of the games that you had to watch was the stupid Cowboys and their stupid white like throwback helmets, usually terrible, usually just a total disaster of a game. It just drives me absolutely insane that for some reason this is the thing we all are forced to live with. It'll never change. It'll never ever change until he either sells the team or is gone. And I just can't take it anymore. I hate the Cowboys so much, and I hate the fact that they have weaseled their way in to this position as being the team that plays on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. To me, he is the number one. The only reason I didn't take him number one overall is because I knew no one else would take him. But to me, he actually is the number one holiday villain in America.
Yeah. You know, the Lions, who obviously are the other, now everybody plays on Thanksgiving, but for many, many years, it was just the Lions and the Cowboys. And the Lions, like, they invented Thanksgiving football. Like, the owner of the Lions was the first guy to say, hey, let's play on Thanksgiving. So, yeah, you can grandfather that in forever. That's great. How did the Cowboys even weasel into this whole thing?
I don't know.
Is my memory correct that growing up, it was always the Cowboys and the Redskins, which is super messed up? Is that a correct memory?
That is an incorrect memory.
That's just my racist revisionist memory. Thank you. Okay, good to know.
Howard is going to explain to us why the Dallas Cowboys and their stupid owner Jerry Jones get to play on Thanksgiving every year.
Well, Joe, I'm glad you brought up the Detroit Lions. As a kid, it was the Lions at noon.
Yes.
And the Cowboys at 4.
That's right.
And Thursday, I turned on the TV, and at 1 o'clock the game started. I'm like, they're messing with tradition. The Lions should be in the second quarter by now. The Lions first started playing, I believe, in 1934.
Yep.
And the Cowboys didn't, and they were founded in 1960, and the Cowboys began playing on Thanksgiving in 1966, just as a publicity stunt. It was a Tex Schramm, who owned the team, and Tom Landry. The Cowboys were finally becoming a good team. 66, 67, 60, going into the Ice Bowl 67 and then moving into the merger. Because they had not been a great team, early on from 60 to 65. And this was just a way to get into the act. And it stuck.
Then they never left.
And they never left the act.
They never left. But
Mike,
anyway.
Is Jerry Jones less of a villain for you that he wasn't the one that weaseled his way in? He kind of inherited it?
No, because he's
okay.
He's so omnipresent. Like I can't imagine that if there were a different owner, I don't think that he would be present in my life to the degree that Jerry Jones is present in my life.
What percentage of your life do you want to be Jerry Jones?
Like maximum 40%, I would say.
That's what I'm saying, right? I mean,
no more than 40% of my days, weeks, months, and years do I want to spend looking at or thinking about Jerry Jones. And right now it's at like a 65 to 70%.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's really terrible. All right, final round, everybody. Let's go to Linda Holmes with her third pick. Linda.
All right. When I was in college, I had a professor who told us one day that one of the best reasons to be prepared for class was that if we were called on and we were not prepared, we would suffer what he called the disapprobation of our peers. And I felt on the one hand, that is not a good reason to prepare for class. But then I remembered that I'm extremely vulnerable to the disapprobation of my peers. As I made my first two picks in this draft, I had a strong sensation of the disapprobation of my peers. Therefore, instead of explaining to you the story of the villainess of the 2013 movie Snow Bride, whose name, by the way, is rather wonderfully Claire Sinclair, I was going to go with All of the Other Reindeer, but I was thwarted.
Taken.
So I have decided to go instead with The Heat Miser and the Snow Miser.
Yes.
From The Year Without a Santa Claus, my favorite of the claymation specials. They are nasty little guys. They are claymation masterpieces, and they sing a little vaudeville song, each of them, about who they are, which is exactly how I prefer for all characters to be introduced in any setting. So I have gone with the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser rather than Claire Sinclair.
Okay, well, first of all, you should have gone with Claire Sinclair. You should have.
Can't
stay
win.
Strong.
I can't
Just
win.
Stay strong.
I can't win.
Stay strong. But second of all, I'm so happy you did this because Linda has now made PosCast Holiday Draft history by twice drafting the same thing in different drafts. Since you took Heat Miser as your favorite holiday character, one of the great holiday characters a few years ago.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Sorry, you now have to tell us about Claire Sinclair.
Yeah, we want to know all about Claire Sinclair, please.
Wow.
So in Snow Bride, there's a woman named Greta. She's a tabloid reporter. She's assigned to get dirt on a prominent family that's gathering for Christmas at their place in Big Bear. So she goes to investigate, but she's in such a hurry that she goes in her gym clothes. And when her car breaks down in the snow, the only thing she has to put on to stay warm is naturally her friend's wedding dress, which she's carrying around in the trunk of her car. So when a handsome man discovers her passed out in the cold, she is in a wedding dress, which is very curious and strange to him. But he picks her up out of the snow and takes her to a little caretaker's cabin. But of course, it turns out he is the son of this family, takes her up to the main house to get her all warmed up and fed. She starts to get to know them. They obviously don't know she's a tabloid reporter. The juicy scoop turns out to be that handsome man's brother, handsome man's ex, who is the wonderful blonde Claire Sinclair, is now dating his brother. And then it turns out Claire Sinclair is only after the family money and influence, plus she's secretly dishing on them to the press. So eventually handsome man rejects her new advances because she's coming back to him. The brother dumps her. The brothers reconcile, and handsome man and Greta are able to fall in love with the help of the family matriarch, played, by the way, by Patricia Richardson. So that is the story of Hallmark's Claire Sinclair of the movie Snow Bride.
totally great pick. Claire Sinclair would have been such a great pick.
What can I tell you?
I know.
But you can't really have a draft without Heat Miser and his brother and Mother Nature.
My only question about Snowbride is, why did she have to, if he had found her in the snow not wearing a wedding dress, would he not have picked her up and taken her? Like, what? Why?
No, I think it just becomes a thing that is sort of a funny thing. It's probably to justify the name of the movie. I don't exactly know.
Nobody gets married in Snowbride.
No, it doesn't play an enormous role, except that it's just very strange to him that he finds this random woman out in the cold in a wedding dress.
Okay.
I don't know.
This has really been your draft today, Linda. You're getting more love for the non-pick.
I've had a tough day. I've had a tough day. But I'm feeling my deep pain of rejection, kind of my Kevin McAllister kind of situation.
No rejection here. All right, Mike.
And you should all not take it personally, by the way, that I do have to leave shortly because I am due at a family holiday thing. So,
are you going to wear a wedding dress to this thing? Or?
No,
okay.
I am
classic
not.
Claire Sinclair move to bail early.
What can I do, man?
Claire Sinclair.
All right, Mike. Time for your third and final pick.
The internet.
the internet.
Fantastic.
I just feel like it has ruined many aspects of the holidays. Gift giving, certainly. Malls. And just, the idea of living in the moment. I think the internet has done a lot to rob us of the specialness of a holiday gathering.
It's a very maudlin ending to your draft.
I just want to add, though, that my sister set up like little Amazon wish list for my 3-year-old nephew for Christmas, and I was buying things off there happily and thought it was so smart. And then I realized he knows yesterday. He got on her phone, grabbed it, navigated to Amazon, checked his checklist. He just turned 3 and saw what had been bought and was like, who bought this? And he already knew. He's like, where is it then?
Yeah.
So that's your next pick.
That's
I'm saying that the internet is ruining everything.
Yes. Look, Mike just had a very, very solid draft. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
When you can get the sun, the internet, and the kid who ruined Santa Claus for everybody, you've done well. That's a good day's work.
I don't disagree. Job. I just feel terrible about the world after.
Molly, your third pick.
Okay, well, this is a toughie because.
Well, sure it is. You have John Wilkes Booth.
I live within a stone's throw of the Grove in Los Angeles, which is a huge mall, and my villain every year is Rick Caruso because he owns the mall here, and he moves the holiday season up a week every year. And so it used to be like Christmas tree lighting after like Thanksgiving, and now it's like fireworks like on a random Monday night, like on the November 3rd or whatever. And my dog's terrified, but I'm gonna go with Rob Manfred.
He was on my board.
Rick Caruso's turning the Grove into a spectacle and making it impossible for me to get out of my driveway is a nightmare. Is a concrete nightmare, but Manfred has given me an existential nightmare of spending the holidays every year in the off season. This year, thinking all I think about is, well, who's going to sign where, and what about the lockout? What about the lockout? What about the lockout? It's just hanging over me, and it's just a bummer. I just feel like he's been a villain of so many.
Look, you can't go wrong picking Rob Manfred as a villain at any point. It doesn't even matter what the draft is. You don't have to.
I'd like to make a motion, actually, that we sort of permanently enshrine Rob Manfred as a villain in any future draft about villains. It's like retiring Bill Russell's number. Like, let's just have it be in the rafters where like we start from a place of
Yeah.
of Rob Manfred is the biggest villain in the world.
Right. You guys don't even have to draft
You
him.
don't have to
He's
draft
already
him.
he's automatically drafted.
Everyone gets him. Everyone gets Rob Manfred in their
Every day is
roster.
Christmas, and every day Rob
What's-
Manfred
That's right.
is a villain.
Could you imagine a Rob Manfred like press conference about Christmas? Can you imagine how he would? That guy is the worst press conference person in the history of the world.
He's allergic to joy.
He is.
I mean,
he's anti-joy, is
no,
what he is.
he's not.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he just hangs over my holidays seasons. It's
Love
been going on for a while now, so he's been.
It's a great pick. It's a great pick. The only argument I have is that you took him after John Wilkes Booth. That's the only argument that I've got.
JWB was going to fly off the board, so I had to go.
Alexis, time for your third pick.
Fourth pick.
Well,
Oh,
you
boy.
get 2 if you want.
Well,
but you
because
get
your
as many
third
as
pick
you
is Rob Manfred. Everyone's getting Rob Manfred.
That's
want.
right.
That's right. Everybody gets Rob Manfred.
That's right. I totally knew who that was, and I followed everything we just said.
Great.
And I agree, man. What a bad guy.
Yes.
Okay, my third and final pick is a testament to the fact that some villains are classic, ancient, enduring, and some villains are new. It's the November 2024 fully AI generated Coca-Cola advertisement.
Ooh.
That's such a good one.
Great pick.
Yes.
That's so
yes.
I hated that thing. I hated everything about it. I hated to see it. I hated the way I felt watching it. I hated it. So that is a villain for me.
This is a great pick. This is
a great pick.
I'm jealous of this. I wish that
Wow.
I had thought of this. That is a true, like, not just a low point, I think, in American culture, but also like a watershed. There's like a before and after that
Yes,
ad.
that's right.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the fact that it wasn't that they weren't like actively protested and shouted down and made to feel bad about what they had done was such a harbinger of a future where we're just swimming in that slop for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
Hated it.
It's a
Hated
great
it.
pick. Great
Thank
pick,
you.
Alexis.
Thank
Excellent
you.
pick. Ryan, time for your third pick.
Yes. I was originally going to pick Hans Gruber from Die Hard, but I know that's a touchy subject. Whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas movie. People get angry. I don't really want any part of that. So instead, I'm going to pick Simon Gruber. Simon Gruber is Hans Gruber's brother. He's the bad guy from Die Hard with a Vengeance, the third Die Hard movie.
Sure.
Does this movie take place at Christmas time? No, quite the opposite. It takes place in the sweltering heat, but the movie's defined by events that took place at an office Christmas party because he's trying to get revenge on Bruce Willis for the death of Hans Gruber at a Christmas party. So even in the summer heat, Simon Gruber is still thinking about Christmas. And, if a movie isn't even set at Christmas but is defined by Christmas-related stuff, that is a holiday movie through and through. So Simon Gruber in the holiday movie Die Hard with a Vengeance is my third and final pick.
Mike, how do you feel about this pick?
I just want to make sure I understand. So you wanted to avoid the debate about whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you went with the brother of a character from a movie that you're not sure whether it's a Christmas movie, who is in a movie that takes place during the summer. And the reasoning is that guy is angry about a thing that happened in the movie Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That seems right. Yeah. Okay. Perfectly clear.
It's very funny to go Santa Claus, all of the other reindeer, and then a guy from a movie that takes place during the summertime.
I just wanted to bring it home.
Yeah.
In a good
kind of ties it all together.
Lock it in.
It does tie it all together.
Yeah.
All right.
Put a bow on
Listen, great pick. Just a great pick. Megan, it is time for your third pick. But before we do that with your third pick, we do want to say one thing, which is welcome to the baseball sphere, Megan. You are just a gigantic baseball fan now. It's so great.
I am. This has been a very crazy couple of years for me, but I have known you for a while, Joe.
Yes.
Sort of just as a friend, but and I've worked with Mike for very many years and spent over 10 years having Mike talk about baseball all the time, talk about this podcast. And I would just hear static in my head. I wasn't like antagonistic, really. I might lightly rib, but I just didn't care to such a degree. It was like such a foreign world to me. And then something very weird happened, which is that about 2 years ago, I not only got into the Los Angeles Dodgers, which I guess isn't that weird, but fully have dedicated my life to them.
Yeah.
Got to be friends with Molly through that. So I genuinely feel pretty starstruck being on this podcast now that I listen and read and care.
Mike, how happy does this make you? Because you used to talk about Megan and
Mike's
not
happy.
being a baseball fan.
Yeah, it's a huge development in our friendship and our life together as colleagues, and it's wild. Like, I get texts from her now that are about very, very detailed and insane baseball things, the way I do from a lot of other people in my life. It's very odd to see a fully adult person kind of go through the transformation that most of us went through when we were 6.
That's kind of how I liken it
memes
too.
about the Dodgers' third catcher to me at 3 in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
I did text Mike. I know you have a meeting in 5 minutes, but could you briefly explain how WAR is calculated?
Yeah. So she needs all the lore. Like, there's like a Squirtle with a saxophone playing Ben Rortved's walk-up music, and she's like, I wake up to 11 texts about it, and it makes me so happy. It makes
I
me
seem to recall a moment when Megan knew everything about Dante Bichette, and so I feel like, in fact, the ground was already laid.
That's true.
So that, yes, the story of Dante Bichette is that many years ago, I asked Mike at one point, he was talking with some of our other friends about baseball, and I was like, can you just give me one guy to memorize so that when you're having a discussion, I can just have like a normal guy that I can come in and be like, how about this guy? And Mike was like, Dante Bichette was no longer playing, but
how prescient.
But that's terrible.
I know, and
because
so
he has a son named Bo, and now you would have to know about him too, Mike.
No,
and of course I do know.
I'm
about
sure she
him.
does.
But that was the best part, was that it was because she got to know about Boba Fett, which sounds like Boba Fett, which is a whole other
It was
thing.
it was hitting a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
But for Mike's recent
Got it.
birthday, I did get him a gem mint Dante Bichette
Yes,
card.
I received a PSA 10 Dante Bichette rookie card from Megan for my 50th birthday.
Right. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
It tilled the soil.
it was
All right,
always
Megan,
there.
time for your third
Yeah.
pick.
Well, this is incredibly. I can't believe the coincidence of going right after Ryan, because and I don't mean to seem too judgmental with this pick, but my third pick is people who make it their whole personality about whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Right.
Because, which I thought you handled beautifully, Ryan. You skated through this. And I will say, other runner-ups were, I also hate how the internet has, I love malls, hate how the internet's affected. But this really, to me, is a type of person, mostly a millennial, who either thinks they're so funny for being the first person to ever like enter into the debate, or thinks that they're better than everyone else for knowing it's a Christmas movie. I'm like, you're not neither of those things are true. You suck. And it doesn't matter which part of the debate you're on. I also feel like there's a couple things that a lot of people are like buzzwords for going to a party and thinking they're interesting, like that they don't like moist, the word.
Yeah.
And I
Is
do
the
this
hot
too.
dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, do those things in and of themselves offend me? No, but to make that your whole personality, to act like you invented it, I do think just get more interesting, I guess is what I'd say. Just like be cool, funny. So that's my third draft pick.
And an excellent draft pick it is. I think
Thank
that's
you.
a great pick. All right, Howard, time for your third pick.
Yes, well, we're done. This is it. We've reached the end. I believe that Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
Sure.
I believe that it is for 3 reasons. 2 real reasons. One, they actually drive a car right through the house, Danny Glover's house, into the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Also, Mel Gibson is about to kill himself while watching Bugs Bunny like Christmas cartoons.
Okay.
Because he's mourning his dead wife. So Mr. Joshua was one of them, the Gary Busey villain. He was on the list. Another thing that was on the list was the fruitcake. Sure, just the entire concept of the fruitcake. I know it goes back to Roman times. I know that it is a staple. I learned in just looking up a little bit of info on the fruitcake because I was wondering why it became such a staple. Because it's dried fruit, it traveled well, which is why people got them. And so did that make it less villainous?
No.
Somewhat, but still. It's got walnuts in it. I don't like anything in the fruitcake. So the fruitcake was up there. But the winner for me, my last pick, is the counter to Ellen. It is capitalism.
Ooh.
I have gone capitalism. And the reason why I've gone capitalism is Joe is laughing at me. It is because capitalism and the internet combined have destroyed the mall, the anchor store.
Yeah.
And in destroying the mall, you've also destroyed the people who wrapped gifts, and there is nobody who is a worse gift wrapper than I. I relied on those people. I needed them.
Yep.
I counted on them. They no longer exist. I do not wrap gifts. I cannot wrap gifts.
Okay, so wait, so just so I understand, first of all,
and I blame capitalism for exposing me.
Yes.
When you get a gift from me now, it's either in some sort of bag. It's got like tissue in it. I mean, there's nothing there. I don't wrap gifts, and I
mean, capitalism is the reason why you have to give a gift at all.
In the first
I'm on
place.
your side.
That's, you know what? I'm loving this even more.
Well, first of all, what I was laughing about was the fact that when we chose this topic, we did not think both communism and capitalism would both go. Like that was, we didn't have that high on our list.
Didn't see that coming.
I love about this is that you are choosing capitalism because now you have to wrap your own gifts.
It has exposed one of the huge flaws in my game.
Sure.
There are many flaws in my game. But this is maybe the biggest flaw, to the point where, just full disclosure, have I ever asked someone to wrap their own gift? Yes, I have.
Oh, wow. No. Come on.
It happened once.
I feel like there's a 35-second YouTube tutorial that you could watch that could help you.
It's just not, it never works. I've tried. I wouldn't be a good carpenter either. There's certain things, or a pastry chef. There's just certain things that require precision that I don't have.
Okay.
You can't have any of the Hallmark movie jobs.
I think it's a good pick. All right,
and
Ellen.
I just blame the fact that the mall is gone now. Bye-bye mall, bye-bye gift wrap.
All right. Ellen, it is time for your third pick.
Excellent. I just want to note briefly that I don't consider this an adversarial pick to me personally. Like, I had also considered capitalism as something to draft. But in the spirit, again, of diversification, for my third round, I am going to choose a villain from holiday literature and media, in case that's the way that we wanted to interpret this draft. Okay. And what I am choosing is the protagonist of Wham's song Last Christmas. Which may or may not be the same as George Michael. But to preserve the separation between the artist and the art, I am going to say that I am drafting the speaker of the song Last Christmas.
Okay.
Because to me, this is just really, it's a disintegrating wet Kleenex of a holiday song. What an absolute whiner this guy is. And the worst part is that he doesn't even learn his lesson. So last year, he gave away his heart. And look what happened. It sounds like this year, his game plan is even worse. He's just going to give it to someone special? Like, does he have someone in mind? Last year, he clearly had a strong enough relationship with that person that he is still singing a song to them a year later. And the very next day, that person gave the heart away. And yet this year, he's just willy-nilly going to give his heart away to some unspecified special person. Like he think that's going to be better. Especially since, look, clearly he's still so hung up on the person from last year that he's actually still making his entire holiday about them a full year later and not the special person. Like, that is not fair to the special person if they even have a name. I also
it's John Wilkes Booth.
I mean, he is
Crazily.
John Wilkes Booth, 100%. I feel like learn a lesson, keep your heart for yourself. You know, like invest your heart in your own self-care or creative project. I just think that this song exemplifies absolutely no personal growth, and my opinion is that the person who gave away the heart last year really dodged a bullet. So that's my third and fourth pick, including Rob Manfred.
Very good. Very good.
Dodged a bullet, unlike Abraham Lincoln.
I love
Mike, how
that.
do you feel?
Yes.
Oh,
This feels like a extremely harsh take on the song Last Christmas to me. But I don't want to yuck anyone's yum here. If other people have had that same feeling, I don't want to stand in their way. But I've heard that song, as has everyone, 100 million times. It's never occurred to me that the guy singing it is like a bad person.
Terrible.
it's a terrible song.
I'm not saying it's a good song. I don't like the song. I'm just saying that, like,
but just
one of
that
the
second
things that
layer.
I never, of the things I don't like about it, one of them was certainly not this guy sucks. But maybe I just haven't listened to it close enough.
It's but one of the many things that does suck about the song.
Yeah,
That was the
It's
first
true.
thing people said all the time. All right, so we lost Jason Candler briefly. He was knocked off, but fortunately he made it. Well, I don't know if it's fortunate or not, but he did make it back in time for his third pick. Jason, what is your third pick?
He's not back.
Well, now he's gone again.
Herod the King. I'm
There
gonna
you go.
draft for
So
him.
Jason, I guess just as he was about to speak, and I can tell you that the reason he's texting me now to say, oh, I got knocked off again. I will tell you what his third pick was.
Great.
I am not going to defend it. I am not going to say anything about it. His third pick is Hitler.
Oh, sure.
And
Oh, boy.
the holiday he's connecting it to is VE Day.
Wow.
Yeah, no. And the only person that makes me really, really feel sad for is Molly, because she no longer took the worst person in this draft.
Yeah.
Right? John Wilkes Booth gets knocked right off. I mean, you're going to go with Hitler.
It's true. It's true.
I did take the guy from Last Christmas. Did you guys not hear the argument that I just made?
Look, he's between Hitler and John Wilkes Booth. He's like,
okay, fair.
By the way, Ellen, before we leave, I just want you to know, Ellen is recording this. If you do see any of this on video, with a window behind her, and for a long period of time, all you could see in her frame was
the
like
sun.
light.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like light. It
Joe,
was
please tell me that it
I was
hit
trying
you
to
as
troll
well.
Mike.
That you I just felt a Glenn Close standing up when Roy Hobbs was struggling by looking
yeah.
at Ellen.
Yeah.
There's just the sun coming through.
It was very
very
much that way. All right,
Iris.
listen,
Nice
Jason
work,
Kander
Iris.
may have returned. Is that true? Is
We don't
Jason
need to
back?
hear. We don't need to hear from him. We're good.
We got it. I
Yeah.
think
So he
we all
got fined by the commissioner. He gave up a pick for a deflate gate. Lost a pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's-
that's right.
Yeah, I think
Didn't he lose a pick actually?
Yeah,
He's back.
I think he's forfeited all of his picks next year. I think he's banned from the draft.
Sorry, Jason. We gave away your third pick. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine because I can only hear every third word you're saying. I don't know what the deal is with my internet. I feel like it's pro Pharaoh.
If we could do it, so every third word is you 2 words, have 2 words, been 2 words, fired. It's basically so yeah, that will not you won't be back. But anyway, Mike, it's time for your third and final pick.
Well, for the 100th year in a row, I'm drafting last, and obviously that
It's
comes.
so weird.
It's weird
Don't
how
you-
that
I mean,
happens.
how does this happen?
I don't know, but there's one benefit to it, which is at the end of these drafts, I get to reel off a few of the people I didn't take,
Right.
just as other people who are on the board without fear of screwing anybody else's draft up. So a few of the ones I didn't consider but didn't take are
Yes.
First was Linus, because you know what, man, no one wants to be lectured with a Bible verse. You know what I mean? Like he could have just said like Christmas is a state of mind and you should do nice things, whatever. No, he gets out. he literally calls for a spotlight and then lectures everyone with the Bible, and it's annoying. Another is Cindy Lou Who. Get your own drink, kid.
Aw.
Get your own drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she was no more than 2.
George Bailey was on my list. Those people want their money.
boo.
Just give them the money from the bank. You know what I mean?
He did give him their money.
No. Also, one that I didn't choose that I seriously considered was the narrator in Baby It's Cold Outside. And the only reason I didn't choose it is because I feel like it's now a hacky thing to say about that song, you know, that guy's a creep, but he is a creep. So those are the ones I didn't choose. There were some other ones that I think, you know, in a more traditional draft, I think we would have gone with, like Stripe from Gremlins, I think should be considered.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one chose any of the people you were supposed to choose with this draft because no one ever does that anymore. But, you know, Scrooge, for example, or
Scrooge, Mr. Potter. How is
Mr. Potter, the Grinch, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I
2
think
hours
Linda
and 4
did that
minutes
in, though,
in.
right? Because Linda said that those folks weren't really villains because they had to find their way.
No, they were villains.
But they
that's
were
a
just
silly
villains,
argument.
Mr. Potter never found his way.
My actual pick, with my third and final pick, and I feel really good about this, is Paul McCartney, formerly of the Beatles, for the simple reason that he wrote one of the worst, if not the worst, Christmas song of all time. When I hear the warbling sound of that stupid synthesizer organ thing, it makes my skin crawl to a degree that it's almost impossible to calculate. And Christmas villain to me means someone who ruins the holidays. That's why I chose Jerry Jones in the second round. And to me, I managed last year to go all the way until December 24th before I heard Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. And it was an all-time record. I've never actually gotten all the way through Christmas Day. I'm going to try this year.
Okay.
But that song alone is responsible for like half, I would say, of the bad hours that I spend in a typical holiday season.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
You hear it once and it lingers with you. It's like a skunk smell. It just it sticks to your clothes and it stays with you all the way home. If you hear it in a CVS or something, it'll stick with you all the way home. So, and I just can't. He wrote 50 of my favorite songs of all time, and that one song I think has almost undone all of the joy that I've gotten from the 50 songs he wrote that I love. So
that was going to be my question to you. In all walks of life, all pieces of art, is Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time the worst piece of whatever you want to call it, done by a genius?
It is the piece of cultural detritus that has the widest gap between quality of the piece of art and artist. Yes, I think it is. I really do. I think I don't think that, I don't think Picasso ever painted something as bad as Paul McCartney wrote as that song. I don't think Steinbeck ever wrote a book that bad. I don't think certainly Shakespeare never wrote a play that bad. So yeah, I think the gap.
Has any great director ever directed a movie as bad as that song?
That's an interesting question. Megan, maybe Megan can weigh in.
I would like to put my I've thought about this a lot with directors. And I also want to say that, like, I love when people I adore make bad stuff because I don't think that they're human. They're trying things. It doesn't really ruin their, over for me. But I think Zemeckis is the person, and feels a little Christmassy. I think he's the person who has made some of the highest highs and lowest lows, in my opinion. We have Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which I think is like one of the best technical movies ever made. But then I'm thinking like Welcome to Marwen. So to me, what I would put as the version of Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time and the Beatles is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That's fine.
The future.
I just don't think that Roger Rabbit is, a movie I love. I don't think that's as good a movie as Yesterday is as good a song.
I understand.
Well,
it's a pretty big gulf, though.
The one I would argue for is Rob Reiner. I would say Rob Reiner. I would say that like Princess Bride and Spinal Tap like rank with the best Beatles songs. and north is as bad as Having a Wonderful Christmas.
Well, that was where Altman usually gets that as the highest high and lowest lows of director guy. But I don't want to get in on Mike's, how he feels, because he has a right to feel how he feels.
Thank you, Howard.
But I'm here for you, man. I'm supporting you. But Ebony and Ivory is the worst combination of legend. Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney.
Did they
sorry.
both write that? Who wrote Ebony and Ivory?
They co-wrote that song.
Oh, that is bad.
And I gotta say, that's pretty close to the bottom for me.
Yeah, it's pretty
bad.
good. I mean, certainly in terms of duos, like it's hard to beat, right?
That's a superstar duo.
Yeah.
Who just went 0 for 4 with 4 Ks in Game 7.
But McCartney's just weird that way anyway, right? Because didn't McCartney, doesn't he tell the story that he wrote that someone's ringing the bell, like, as a joke to see, he basically told somebody I could write anything and it'll be a hit. And he wrote that somebody's ringing the bell, somebody's knocking at the door, and that was the whole song, and it became a hit. He was not wrong.
Yeah.
Is that like when Snoop Dogg said, if I made up a word, people would repeat it, like for schnizzle, and that's how it became a word?
I mean, that's an easier call for him, though. Like when you have, I feel like that he had a reason to believe that at that moment, and he was right. I do like the idea, though, of thinking about the pairing, the McCartney Wonder pairing, as being like one of those super teams in any sport that gets assembled, and then Eagles team, that Namdi Al Samwa team that was just immediately fell apart, or the
Benia Mets.
Yeah. I like that. I like thinking
that was kind of the Aaron Rodgers Jets, right? We have this unbelievable defense, and now we have Aaron Rodgers, and first minute.
The Aaron Rodgers Jets are the ebony and ivory of the NFL.
Oh, actually, you know what, Mike? I can't believe we've gone total sports here, but clearly we are forgetting the Brooklyn Kyrie, KD, Ben Simmons Nets.
That's a good one.
Disaster.
That's a very good one. All right, Mike, we made it through another one of these things. What's your overall take? What do you think?
I don't know. I like I like some of the drafts, I gotta say. I think Alexis won, big comeback from Alexis at the end with the Coca-Cola ad.
Yeah, very big.
Big comeback from Molly. Last second Hail Mary from Molly with Rob Manfred. That was good. DeCenzo's pretty strong across the board.
Yeah.
I would say Ryan started strong and then took a very strange left turn into Simon Gruber. Megan just all over the place. I don't know what to make of. I like people who make it their whole personality about whether Die Hard's a Christmas movie. That's an excellent observation.
That's an excellent.
That is outstanding.
Yeah. I like that both communism and capitalism were chosen. That shows a good diversity of thought.
Yeah.
And then
is this Cantor's most disastrous draft?
Well, look, without Sepinwall, someone had to step up and ruin everything, and I'd like to celebrate Jason for stepping up and ruining everything. I think it wouldn't be a PosCast Holiday Draft without someone taking center stage, demanding silence, having the spotlight, like Linus, having the spotlight shown on them, and then proceeding to just ruin the whole thing with a ridiculous draft. And so Cantor filled that role admirably this year.
Well, it's going to be great because
how does Linda Holmes not make a call here? She doesn't get. We got nothing.
No, Linda,
the first pick of the draft.
Look, Linda has an approach vector in these drafts, and the approach vector is she is very thoughtful. She has a sort of angle on the draft that no one else has. She puts a lot of research and thought and care into her work.
Research. Yeah.
And I will never begrudge Linda her approach vectors. I think it's always interesting, and I always enjoy, even when I don't know what the hell she's talking about, I always very much enjoy listening to her reasoning about why she chose what she chose.
It's always great.
As do I.
My favorite part of this thing is the draft we're done. I'll go home. My wife will say, "How did it go?" I'll say, "It went great." She'll say, "Who got picked?" And I'll say, "Guess." And she will have 500 guesses. She will never get any single pick.
And she'll say, "Richard."
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like, Jason, is that number one?
Jason is number one
overall?
Your number one overall pick.
Thanks, everybody. This has been so much fun. Mike, as always, thank you.
Thanks for having me.